Yo, Lawn Riser here, host of the Halcyon Show. How are you doing on this Saturday evening? I hope you're keeping well. And I suppose I better kick off by saying thank you for sticking with me through this series. Here we are, the final episode of what has been an interesting time. I didn't realise that I'd enjoy doing this quite as much as I did. It's been fun having the opportunity to look at all of the battlers. It's been fun also having a bit of backwards and forwards with some of the battlers as well. But Broadbent pinged to say, oh, look, they write me off already. It's like, no, not they, just me. But if I'm wrong, come and tell me I'm wrong. Because, again, no use in me giving my opinion and not having anyone to put me in check and give me a bit of a counterbalance, if you will. But it's been fun. Angie's in the house already. Hi, Angie. Thank you for the pings as well, by the way. Angie has stuff coming for you, so pay attention to. Go and follow Angie on Instagram and on Twitter because she'll be releasing some stuff soon and it'll be cool. So yeah, as far as the series, it'll be fun to look back on this when all is said and done. I've had one person pinged, I think it's Johnny Briers, something like that, was like, well, Prem aren't doing anything for a while yet, aren't they? It's not due to release until September. Listen, it's just my opinion. I'd be really surprised if Prem don't release anything between now and when the recordings happen. They will have they'll have something for people to watch, because I feel like the worst case scenario for them is if spoilers leak and people just sort of know that a battler did really, really well, is likely to win. And they don't get ahead of it. So if they're smart, and they will have any number of things in place to try and make sure that the all good, Angie, all good. Again, no, again, the thank you is not required because you do awesome stuff. Angie's battle that I saw live was awesome. She bodied a guy. If that battle ever releases, I can't remember if it was recorded or not. I think it might have been. If that battle ever releases, hey kids, y'all want to see a dead body? Like, Angie bodied a guy 3-0. Wasn't even close. Fuck was I talking about? But yeah, so my point is, it's been fun doing this series. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope that it's helped you, like me, just have some exposure to the battlers that are in the series that you're not already familiar with. Because that was what kind of I thought about, was it's all well and good having this tournament, but if the tournament doesn't have too many people in it that I'm super familiar with, why would I get invested in it? And Prem had done some work to that prior with the Academy shorts that they'd made. But I felt like, let's just do this. Let's just have this and go from there. Oh, wicked! Angie's Battlers on the Patreon. More reason than ever to go and get the Patreon. I still have the Patreon. It's one of those expenses that went out this month and I went, what's that? Oh yeah, I did. I am subscribed to that. So, never mind. But my point is, go and get the Patreon. It's I think I'm paying like £4, £5 a month for the base level at the moment. Still not sure how they're going to be divvying up the tickets. I would imagine it's for either mid or the Gorilla Mob. I forget what the second tier is, but the Gorilla Mob tier downwards. That they'll give ticket allocations to. So we'll have to wait and see how the ticket allocations are divvied out, how many people get to go, that sort of thing. Because the recordings are going to be happening. So for the people that want to be there, quote, live, there will still be the option to do that. But you need to get the Patreon. But a happy benefit of the Patreon will be that you can see Angie's battle, which is dope. So that's cool. But yeah, no, just again, for me as a battle rap fan, there were a bunch of guys in this that I had either very limited or very tertiary exposure to, and I wanted to make sure that everyone gets a bit of a spotlight at one point or another. This, ironically enough, we're finishing on a group that probably doesn't need highlighting all that much. The 4 guys we've got in this group today, not only do they have a decent back catalogue of battles, recent ones too, a lot of them have quite a lot of expectations behind them. I would argue that all 4 of them should be doing well in any other respective groups. So to chuck them all in, I consider this one kind of the group of death, because I would argue that any 4 of them could put together a run to get out of the group. So this is probably the one that I would argue is the hardest to predict. I think you can make really strong arguments for 2 out of every other group, with the exception of, I think, It's either Group A or Group B. I forget. In fact, fuck it. Let's just do that quick now. Because, again, it's the final episode. It's the final episode, so why not? Let's have a look at the groups. And extra large icons. There we go. So, Group A is Crow, Dub T, Kick Nelly, Red Wolf. Yeah, that's a hard one to pick. That's a really one hard to pick. And I think that one comes down to your disposition. So Group A and this one today, Group H, are the ones that I would argue that they're really tight. All 4 competitors have a reasonable shot based on their current work to get through. Group B is probably a bit easier because I think you would expect Gasbuff and Bowski to put together runs because of their respective experience, but then you've got the youthful exuberance of Sam SA, and you've got the unpredictability of Slester that could throw a monkey wrench in the business. Then you've got Group C, B Ramble, Dynamic Mike, Hamill, and Pagan. This is a developmental group of sorts, I think it's been labelled as, but nevertheless, B Ramble's an entertaining performer. Dynamic Mike is an energetic and enigmatic performer. You've got Hamill, who is kind of a rising star of sorts, but has a lot of charisma to him, a lot of very slick execution to him already. And you've got Pagan, who's an absolute animal, who I'm probably backing to win the group. And I would argue it's probably out of Hamill and Pagan, but again, that's an interesting one of its own. And then now you're starting to get into the heavyweight groups where you've got Bobby Rex, Caveman, DeBurk, and Frost in Group D. That's a really interesting one, albeit, again, my picks would be Caveman and Bobby Rex based on Bobby Rex is a fucking animal. He's not going to come to play. And then you've got Caveman, who is just so slick and so talented and so charismatic. He's just so goddamn likable. Although it's not to say that DeBurk and Frost couldn't, again, put together respective runs, especially if both of them can get a W over Caveman, which is perfectly reasonable because Caveman he's unbeatable. He doesn't have a style that really is overarching and overbearing, and that can leave him vulnerable, I suppose, to a loss. Group E, Enigma, DeProfit, Jim Bob Gnarly, McCoy, and Rude Boy. That's a completely open group for me. I think any one of those 4, again, could take it. From the perspective of all of them have a lot to prove, and I think all of them are going to look at themselves and think, "Fuck, I gotta put together a run here just so I feel better getting out of the group about the prospects that I might be coming up against." But I would pick Enigma to Profit and probably Jim Bob Gnarly. But McCoy's perfectly capable of putting together a run if he can start to really grasp what he wants to do. I know he's been disappointed with a few of his recent battles, so if he can start to realize his own potential, that'd be good. Rude Boy, I've only seen the one battle, but he looks fun, and again, the tournament's an opportunity to kind of expand beyond your own expectations. Group F is kind of another developmental one of sorts, beyond Dej, DW, and 7-Wave. That one's wide open to a certain degree as well. I would argue, though, based on what I've seen so far, you've got David with the rep, Dej with the experience, but 7-Wave is coming in from on-beat stuff, and Beyond is coming in with sort of this online battles background, so that's going to be an interesting one. And then obviously the most recent one we did the other day, Group G, but Broadbent, who's just won a heat of the Edinburgh stand-up music award, comedy award, something like that. So he's, listen, no slouch when it comes to stage performances. Quicksilver, who's a fantastic performer as it turns out, and may surprise a few people, I'm sure. Sam Hypes, who's a solid performer, consistent performer, just needs to try and find that little bit of X factor, I would argue. And then, of course, the big heavyweight of that One Piece Soldier, who I think is probably going to take the group, with then maybe Sam Hypes or Quicksilver, maybe Nick in second place, but depends, maybe Bert can up his game, we'll see. But that's all in the past. You have all of those in the playlist to watch if you want. I will also say one last thing before we get cracking with the actual battles. I offered it to Bert Broadbent when he said, "Oh, he's writing them up." He was just messing. But it's that thing of I said it to him. There's been a few other battlers who behind the scenes I've said, "Listen, man, if you're not happy with the discourse about what people are saying about you, including me, with this stream or as the tournament's progressing, come on, man. Let's do a sort of a mini interview show where we just talk about tournament stuff. We don't necessarily go into the weeds about careers and inspirations and motivations and stuff. We just focus on the tournament." I'm hoping to host those for as long as that's relevant. If you guys want to see those, then again, hopefully I can tempt them on. What's been encouraging for me in recent days and over the last week is Prem have started liking and sharing some of my posts about the tournament. So hopefully that means that what I'm producing is of some use to not only the battlers but to Prem generally speaking, because I'm not making stuff that just rambles on. Again, I leave it to you to be the judges, because again, ultimately I'm just a fan. I can cast my eye over things and give you my quote analysis, but I'm like you guys. I'm just watching these battles and saying whether or not I enjoy them or not. I'm looking at the performers, seeing if I'm enjoying them or not. And that's why I think the interviews are important, because I might not like a performer's performance, but then they come on and they give a great interview, and it makes me think, okay, well, they've actually got something. We've got something there that maybe we wouldn't have seen otherwise. I mean, Dej is a good example of that. I think we watched a battle of his, and then we watched his diss track. I think people were down on him to a certain degree because of, the diss track's nature. Then he came on and gave a heel interview, and I love those. That was great. You know what I mean? We had P Soldier on. We've had Sam Essay on. We had Hamill and Pagan cut promo. Not necessarily going after each other, but certainly laying their claim to respectively taking the top spot of the league, of the group that they're in. I want to see more of those. I'm just saying though that if I'm Prem again, or if I'm Trubs, or if I'm Koji, or whoever it is that they end up getting to do this sort of social media sort of punditry style thing, that's what I want to see. I want to see BTS stuff. I want to see primers. I want to see the battlers just having an opportunity to just come on, talk their talk, set their stall, make their agenda known, set their own narratives, all that good jazz. I'll do that as best I can. As you may have seen today, I released an interview with Red Wolf. That interview actually took place a week or two ago. I forget exactly when, but Red Wolf approached me and said, listen, I want to get some stuff off my chest. The other thing I want to offer to them is if battlers don't want to do something live, but they do want to cut a promo of sorts, I'd love to have them on for a pre-record. There's no reason I can't set aside 15, 20 minutes to go, hey, come on, cut your promo. Let me lead you in. Let me sort of set the table for everybody, and then you just go. You know what I mean? And then we can review it, run it back, edit it, upload it. So I'll offer that to guys and girls that are in the tournament, because, again, if I can use my channel at this point to help frame the tournament and its participants in a different light, and give you guys at home a bit more content to watch while you're waiting for the actual factual battles to drop, which is what we all really care about. That's why you're here. You're not here to watch me waffle. You're here to watch some battles with me and experience some battlers. That's what I want too. I want to see the battlers on here, and I want to see the battlers on Prem. I want to see the battles, and I want to see good coverage, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it all goes together. But that, I suppose, we'll have to wait for. For now, we have 4 names to cover this evening, and again, I'm sure you're already very well familiar with all 4 of them. Predicting this group is going to be tricky, I think, for all of us, because, again, all 4 of these men will lay claim to saying that they should be taking top spot and it shouldn't be debatable. So I guess we'll have to see. Now, I will lead with the battle that I did not want to pick for the battler that I've picked it for, because the battle I wanted to pick has unfortunately been lost to the annals of the great Don't Flop video cull of 2024, or whenever the fuck it took place. Vizual, before he took on Bobby Rex for the Continental title, he took on Villain at Checkpoint 5 for Don't Flop, and I wish I had that. That battle. I was gonna review it at one point, and I wish I had, because at least then I'd have that to refer back to if I needed to. Sadly, they've pulled it from the chat. I can't find it anywhere. I imagine because it didn't do the quote numbers that it wanted to. I know it was up there at one point because I rewatched it at one point. I forget why. Maybe I was gonna interview. Maybe I penciled in an interview with Viz or something like that. I can't remember. But the point is that battle was absolutely incredible. Now, for Vizual, I did put out a tweet, by the way, to say, hey, listen, these are the 4 battlers. Who do you want to see their battles of? And I didn't get a reply. So I've just chosen the battles this evening. So if you guys think that there's better battles, next time respond to the tweet. That would be my suggestion, so I can get the fucking videos downloaded so it doesn't crucify my fucking PC when I'm trying to run these streams live. But nevertheless, we'll kick off with Vizual, because the battle I chose for him is another battle I've seen, but another battle that I think emphasizes what I think Vizual has over. Let's have a look. Certainly DoeJoe, not so much Hulk, but both Kingslee Thunder and Vizual and Hulk have this over most of the other competitors except for maybe, well, Bobby Rex, Peace Soldier, and Gas Buff, which is they've performed across multiple promotions for multiple audience types in different venues in different areas of the country. That gives them experience that is going to tide them really well to applying themselves to demographics that extend beyond just your typical battle rap audience. So I chose one Vizual versus Cray G for No Loose Chat. There was obviously the Bobby Rex battle. I'll just let it load, and then presumably it's going to blow my eardrums off. Sorry. This is how you know it's live. This is why I leave the mistakes in. It's so that you know it's live. If I edit out all the mistakes, you'll think I pre-recorded all this stuff. Why is it taking so long? There you go. Right. I'll move the reaction over just so that you've got something to look at other than my big dumb face. So yeah, the other battle I was thinking of was obviously Vizual versus Bobby Rex, but Vizual ultimately lost that battle, and I think that battle is more about Bobby Rex finally triumphing and becoming a champion within UK battle rap. So, Angie raises the point here. So him versus Tony D is a classic. Now here's the thing. I seriously considered using that. I have it downloaded, as a matter of fact. The astute amongst you will note, though, that I actually have that on my schedule list of battles to react to. And I made that decision before I realized that Villain's battle with Vizual wasn't available. So I made an editorial decision here, and I will say that if... not that Vizual will probably see this, because... Oh, and also probably one of the little editor's note. I don't think any of the participants of this group will be on the show today. I'm just saying that now because I haven't had any responses from any of them, with the exception of Kingslee Thunder, who said he couldn't do Wednesday last week because he was working, but that wasn't to say he could do another day either. I haven't heard from DoeJoe, I haven't heard from Kingslee, I haven't heard from Vizual, and I haven't heard from Hulk. But if any of them happen to catch the stream live, then by all means, hit me up. We'll get you on the Zoom. We'll get you to discuss it. But anyways, back to the point. I will showcase Vizual versus Tony on a separate stream live because I am hearing very, very good things about that battle. When it comes to battles that are really, really good and that I've never, ever seen, I would love to do more of those live reactions because those are the battles I want to watch with a fresh set of eyes, with a keen set of ears, hopefully with that sort of, you know, that new anticipation energy that I think makes for a good reaction video, rather than showing you a video I've seen a couple of times before where some of the luster has been lost off it, if that makes sense. That's why I enjoyed watching the Quill versus Gemini battle. It's why I will enjoy watching some of these other battles that I've picked. Some of them I have seen, but because I picked them because I think they're great battles. But yeah, Angie raises a very, very good example of a Vizual battle because apparently everyone says it's really, really great. I'm sure it is. I'm going to save it, though. I hope that's okay with everybody, including, again, if Vizual sees this. Again, I didn't go out on a limb to pick battles that aren't as good as others that are available. It's just that the best battle I ever saw Vizual in, to my mind, was him against Villain. It is not available. What's another battle that I can pick that I think showcases something that Vizual's really strong at? The No Loose Chat battle, because he's battling on a league that isn't where he has made a name for himself. And he's done that on Don't Flop, Premier Battles, and now No Loose Chat. So, without any further ado, let's get into Vizual versus Cray G. Also, just before it actually goes off, thanks for joining me this evening. It's lovely having you with us. There's a couple of you there at the moment.
Really knows, but he's always sat there in the corner with the group.
I've just remembered there's like a 3-minute intro to this, so I'm going to... Yeah, see, there's... Good Lord. 5 minutes of promos. 5 minutes of promos. No Loose Chat. Oh dear. Anyways, I got nothing but love for No Loose Chat, but 5 minutes, lads. Anyways, let's go.
RX Southside, Big South, Southside of Northside.
Southside Snow, shout Peckham, shout IBC, shout Snoop in the building.
You'll also be happy to hear, for those watching live, I'm still ill, but only slightly now.
This is also
still got these today.
They're
helping.
Money on the line.
Oh, there's money on the line, is there? Come on then.
How much?
How much?
Battler on my right. Introduce yourself.
Yo, it's KG, motherfucker. You know how it is.
Let's go.
I'm the bachelor on my left.
Viz Premier Battles Ireland champion. Let's go.
It's such a shame, by the way. I'll pause it here. It's such a shame. Oh, for God's sake. Right. I'm going to remember to hit the fucking spacebar today when I want to pause, spacebar, pause, spacebar, pause, spacebar. Right. Thanks, brain. It's such a shame that Viz didn't get an opportunity to defend the belt on more than one occasion. He took the belt around and he had it around a bit, but like, I think one of the problems with Prem so far has been, and in fact, Don't Flop have had this problem. Prem have just, they've got a symbol that they just didn't use to its most, is this idea of the promotional element of the belt. The idea is, well, what's that big shiny thing you have? Oh, what this? This is the Premier Battles title. This means I'm the best battler in the UK. You know, and with him, it was that same thing of they just didn't give him an opportunity to showcase that enough for me. You got, for me at least, because and Prem did do this quite a lot. They have someone holding the belt, you know, when it's being, so you can see the prize you're battling for. Yeah, it's sad really that they're going to get rid of that. I wonder if they're going to let Bobby wear his when he's battling, and what's going to happen to the title now that Jem is effectively, again, he's going to lose 2 title belts having never lost a battle. It's just, if I ever get a chance to talk to Jem again, the first thing I'm going to ask him is, so how does it feel to be the first, only, and probably ever unified and undisputed double UK Battle Rap champion to have lost both belts having never lost a battle? Like, that combination of things will probably never happen again. How does that feel? Like, I just got to know. And as far as Viz is concerned, again, at least he lost the title in an actual battle, I suppose. So there's some ceremony to that. So there's some, you know, separation from that. I would have loved to have seen him defend it more, though.
So we flipped off camera and Viz is going first.
First round on Viz. Let's go. I presume we want to watch the full battle, by the way. Does anyone want to skip the rounds? I haven't done that for anybody yet. So I think the only round we've skipped so far, by the way, was the final round of Quicksilver versus... Oh, I'm forgetting his name now. I'm forgetting his name. But basically because there was nothing that he was going to say at the end of that battle, having been basically called a racist and turning to the camera and going... Like... Dude, you just done lost a rap battle, so that's the only round we've skipped. I hope that's okay with everybody that we're going to watch the full battle. Just in case, if we want to skip it, then vote on it, and I shall give you what you ask. I'm nothing but if not a giver.
You have never killed it in your life, so you can get the fuck with your trash raps. You saw him in the last battle. Dropped Hex bottle, he couldn't even smash that. Are we? What? I wanted your dad for this. I like Surfer. Wanted to spit with the legend. But they gave me a new name like Witness Protection. You were not... You were not on my list of requested. The fact you base yourself on another rapper limits progression. Mark Zuckerberg. The same style to a T isn't refreshing. The scene was dead. The scene was dead when Viz went and stepped in, and you couldn't get your foot in the door when I was building the entrance. Let that sink in for 2 ticks so he's getting the message. You're... Your style was so easy to pick apart. Every rhyme dissected, over-animated delivery, surface soundbite fetish, changing your voice to leave an impression on the crowd. I get it, but they react to what I say, not how I said it. Let's go.
He is not wrong. If there's one thing I could say about Vizual for people that maybe you're not familiar with Vizual, maybe you've got no idea what battle rap is, in which case, how did you find me? Vizual is excellent at the argumentative side of battle rap. He makes excellent points. He articulates well. His writing is absolutely fantastic. what's let him down sometimes is the energy in the room. Sometimes he can lose control of a battle because the other battler sets that tone nice and early. And I think what the lesson he learned from the Quill battle in particular, because in that battle, it's not unfair to say that he was overshadowed in large part because of Quill and Shotty just kind of going backwards and forwards. But what people forget about that battle is that first round, yes, it was not great because Quill was just firing on all on both barrels. But the second and third round for Viz was pretty fucking good. And the thing is, I think what he's learned from that is that actually Angie has said it, fire out the gate. He does not leave anything to chance anymore. The first round of his battles, you're signing up for a fucking problem, lads. He goes after you and doesn't stop for at least the first round because he sets that tone nice and early.
Your own idol already cooked you, and he's the whole reason you even exist. Anyone insult Surfer? Craig G's feeling the diss. He doesn't know his role because he's reading his script, but of course Craig's known for being a twin. Without him in your corner, you are not a star. You'd fall apart. The ironic, the picture's clear, because his name's on your image like a watermark. I don't want to hear any shit that he would say. If it sounds like Surfer could have written it, then please don't deliver it to me. Go back to the drawing board, right from scratch, like initials in a tree. But you're his second.
Gosh, love that one.
But you're his second in command. Nice stuff. FTW Vice President, the guy's tough. Surfer's got his clone as his right hand. Let him know his time's up, because he's trying to have two of the same rule, like Fight Club, bro. Check how many I've won.
So far, I've counted three lines that are really fucking good. Like that's really fucking good, lad. Do you know what I mean? Like, so far in this series, there have only been a couple of battlers that you think, wow, how the fuck did you think of that? Vizual is on. The reason why he was, again, when this tournament was announced, he was one of the people that said, I think he might win it. And the reason for that is not necessarily, again, not the most vicious, not the most verbose, not the most commanding, not the most, not even the most charismatic. I'll go out and say that. Listen, I don't find Viz the most charismatic performer in the world. What you worry about is that, again, if you're talking about battle rap not as wrestling terms, but as advocates, as like lawyers, solicitors coming up to the judge, the audience, and making a case, winning and losing based on the arguments they make, there are few better than Viz. He's so fucking good so far at making stuff make sense, all up to the point and allowing you to follow it, but it's sharp enough that it's awe-inspiring. It's so good.
Clock the numbers like a timekeeper. For 5 years, I've helped battle rappers define fear. They sent him to get washed by a professional, like a dry cleaner, and it's been the same. It's been the same story for time, like a light reader. Division 1
Oh, the first tech grab of the battle. I like how Tech has parted the crowd like the Red fucking sea to make way. Say, excuse me, sorry. What was that? If they don't have Tech and Black T in the tournament background somewhere, just hanging out, so that when someone drops something that's really fucking good, that one of them's like just tags in and does their thing. We ain't got a tournament, lads. Premier Battles. I don't know who's... Again, clearly, you know, I'm a big deal in UK battle rap now. I'm a huge deal. Yeah, let's just all agree on that now. What we should definitely do is we should have Black T there and Tech there for no other reason than when they hit something really good, I want them to do their gimmicks. I need a... That's crazy! Or some... Just like... At any given point, they have Tech, like, from the Ellen DeGeneres show, where in, like, a box or something, he just emanates forwards, grabs a person. What are you doing? That's insane. Like, I need that. I need it for the clips, lads. I need it for the shorts. I need it. Give it to me.
Division 1 I'm champ, and a strap on my shoulder without a wife beater. They came to see history. Why would you set your sights here, bro? They paid me to show up. They paid me to
Craig
show
G
up.
felt that
Said
one.
I have to test him. You finally got the big boy battle you've been manifesting, but how can I show him the ropes when his back's against him? Taking battles before you're ready.
Body shot after body shot after body shot.
Taking battles before you're ready is a dumb mistake, G. Aiming up to get your flowers just to be under Daisy. So this is for anyone who thought Craig was tough to take me. You're right. He didn't duck. Neither did Justin Gaethje. I asked Snoop. I asked Snoop how many battles he had. He told me just 4. We could have had a classic in a couple of years, but today you're done for. Think of all the knowledge and experience he could have absorbed. He's trying to be ahead of the greats. Why would you want to rush more? What?
Keep going! Don't hold back!
The other thing about Viz that I've noticed as well is that he doesn't get too tied up in his own flow. You've noticed in this battle so far he's had to and this is the other reason why, again, going on to different promotions, different setups is interesting to see how different battlers react. To some battlers, that pause kills them. To some battlers, the noise and the eruption of something, disorients them. It puts them off what they're doing. Viz seems to be able to ride the energy of a crowd better than most. He seems to be able to tailor his performance and be present. And the other thing I've noticed about him as well, he needs we need Wax in the Tawny crowd. What does Wax what does he do, Angie? I don't know if what's his gimmick? Like, I feel like there are certain battle rap crowd members that have like Ryan, for instance. He just never. I don't know if Ryan's just like that stone faced, like just like, like he just gives a knowing nod. You know what I mean? He's just unflappable, unfazable. And then you got me, and I just go all gooey faced, like that sort of business. If I was Prem and they, weren't so worried about me being okay, yep, that's fine. Yeah, I'd be totally cool with that, Angie. Yeah, have him just talk your talk. Yeah, go. Yeah, I'm here for it. But yeah, just for the facials, because for my money, by the way, bit of a tangent, the greatest battle rap gif of all time is the Tony D one where he's being filmed from this sort of angle. He's just like that. It's fucking poetry in motion. I love that gif to death. Anyway, sorry. Visual.
Anyway,
Keep going.
I'm the vet today. I'm the vet today.
Hold it down.
And I'll make it quick so he won't suffer. I'm not saying I started in 07 like a phone number, but I got the tools to help. I'm the vet, yo!
There isn't a person in that crowd he hasn't made react so far.
Today, and I'll make it quick so he won't suffer. I'm not saying I started in 07 like a phone number, but I got the tools to have my target on lock like bolt cutters, and I am ready to take any challenge faced ahead of me.
Hi, Anki Dams. Anki Dams is in the house, everyone. And good news, his battle with fucking David is now live on YouTube. The day after I fucking wanted to review it live for fucking these streams. So do me a solid. If you're watching this right now and you haven't seen Anki Dams versus DW, it's now available on YouTube. Or, of course, you can go and get the Patreon from Premier Battles and go and watch it on the Premier Battles Patreon anyway. But if you want to go and see Anki Dams versus DW, it is now available. I would thoroughly recommend it. I enjoyed it. And also, Angie and Anki battled on Spaces. Okay, question for YouTube then. For you two then. How do you they save on Twitter, or do you have to save them? Like, how do you? Because I don't really do the Spaces thing very often. I might tune into a space for a couple of minutes to see what the general course of the conversation is like, but generally it disinterests me, so I bounce. But like the online battles or the Spaces battles, do they get saved anywhere, or do they just kind of get lost in Anki and Angie being civil? God, you just hate to see it. Look at it. Oh no, you're better than me. Oh no, you're better than me. Come on, I need to see some rivalry. I need to see. Yeah, me and Anki did. Yeah, well, you got lucky in that first one. When I battle you again, I'm gonna beat you. Yes, that's what you think. Well, I'm gonna beat you even harder next time. Okay, fair enough. Okay, sweet. In that case, it's on Trubs' channel, and Gast uploaded it. Oh, was that his Ethernet card then? Or was that something different? Because I know Gast did a online Spaces type card at one point, didn't he? It was called Ethernet, right? I feel like it was, but I didn't get a chance to see it because I think that was on one of those really annoying days where I was working 12 fucking hours that day. Yeah, well, never mind. Anyways, I'll come back to this. We'll put a pin in this conversation for the moment. Well, you guys can just, again, my chat is your chat, really. Y'all can talk about it amongst you want. But Anki and Angie, as much as I love this camaraderie, this passion, come on. I need to see some conflict here. Give me some conflict. Give me a, give me a, I don't know, anything, Enough with this. The problem with both my opponents is that they're both... Do you know what your problem? This is Anki now. You know what your problem is, Angie? You're a fucking sound person. You're a legitimately good human being. And I don't like you because it's so hard not to like you. He's not wrong. Angie's awesome. Anki's awesome as well. I'm so happy I've gotten to know some really, really cool people in battle rap. You know what I mean? Ha! Yes, Angie. Yes. That's what I want to see right there. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Angie wasting no time. Listen, man, they're great people, fantastic people. I smoked their boots though, and if y'all want a piece of this, then get your name on the next card. I might be on, and I'll smoke your boots too. That's what I want to see. Yes. Yes, Angie, you talk your talk, to borrow a phrase. Anyways, sorry. We're supposed to be reacting to a battle.
Tony with Ultron, you made an enemy. You are nothing more. You are nothing more. You are nothing more than a vacant memory, a straight dependency on another rapper to create trajectory. It's like an old charger. We see your true colors inside, so it's time for a change in energy. But you can go for a ride. Just know I'm here for the money your mates are paying me and how much I heard that Craig had begged for me. Time.
Okay. Insane first round from Viz there. I think that's fair to say.
Call for backup, somebody.
So it's just that these interludes take far too long. What I need to see, by the way, for the tournament is I do need to see less of a break between rounds. If there's any way of Premier Battles organising it so that the the transitions between one, because again, I know that it's very difficult to then just cut from one battler to another unless the crowd is in control. But these breaks here, don't like them. Again, it's not a knock on No Loose Chat. Prem do this too. I need to, you need to not take me out of the room and then drop me back in it. You need to make the transitions a bit more subtle, and you need to make it so that it feels like one consistent stream, so that you're trying to emulate the experience in the room as much as possible, if that's what your intent is. Just a thought.
Hey, Stu.
Yo.
This was the optical, visual. What is end hard? Call for backup, somebody from Ireland, Belfast. Yeah, I'm doing this, but I've been doing this since I was 12, dog. Roll charge, 2 chuck you right in the middle of my hell's palm. Now you better not say all I do is 9 bars and gun sounds, because I have not been violent in 2 of my last 6 rounds. But today, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I had a dream that I can vaguely remember. It's mind-boggling in my head. Oh wait, that was it. I've already seen a visual of him dead, but I know you lot ain't seen it, so you won't believe it. So let me put those visuals in effect. He got knocked. So let me put those visuals in effect. He got knocked off his feet. He couldn't suddenly breathe. I was stubborn. I wouldn't leave. All of a sudden, he couldn't believe that I had no mercy. When I showed him the blade was tucked in my jeans, I left there a slaughterhouse with no rapper to be seen.
So I think what for me is an experienced, as a fairly, I've watched a few battles in my time. Vizual has set the standard in the first round by highlighting something. There was a line, they listen to what I say, not how I said it. And I think that line is sticking with me in the second round because immediately I can already see Craig G, you know, tight delivery, but it is very overemphasizing. He's putting too much into the elocution rather than the content so far. Again, we've got to wait to see how it goes. But so far, if it's going to be a challenge of wordplay versus delivery in a room, I'll always pick wordplay because wordplay is so much harder to fucking cultivate over a time and execute and elicit a response to, rather than turning to someone and say, "Do you feel that?" And they go, "Yeah, I do." You know what I mean? There's differences. So the fact that Viz has set the standard early puts him in good stead.
His mum walks in, saw the wound. I left him a slaughterhouse when a rapper to be seen. His mum walks in, saw the wounds, and wished her baby boy was back in the womb. She was lost for speech. I even left a blade on the floor with a note saying, "I hope this cuts you deep."
Keep going.
I even left the blade on the floor with a note saying, "I hope this cuts you deep." I even left the blade on the floor with I even left the blade on the floor with a note saying, "I hope this cuts you deep." I even left the blade on the floor with a note saying, "I hope this cuts you deep."
Let's go back.
Yo. I even left the blade on the floor with a...
I know this is just battle rap being battle rap as well. That right there, that moment, I don't want to see that in the tournament, lads. Again, let's keep it kayfabe in the tournament, yeah? Kayfabe, y'all are battling each other, trying to undermine, underpin, insult, aggravate, provoke each other. Outside of battles, okay, you know, if you guys aren't on a direct trajectory, that's fine. But for the sake of the viewing audience who are supposed to be buying that these two are at odds and trying to settle a difference in terms of using, you know, language and, you know, roasting and all the comedy and all the rest of that sort of stuff, I don't want to see you support each other. It's lovely, don't get me wrong. Lovely to see. Two young men just trying to put on a show. That's great. But for the kayfabe of the show, nah, lads, I need to see... I need to see you actually, because if in any other walk of life, if your opponent is putting the ball in their own net, you don't tell the ref, "Oh no, don't count that one." You go, "Well, thanks very much." You know, you don't. I need to see that competitive element more. That's all I'm saying.
Don't say, "I hope this cuts you deep." I saw it all. I even saw the funeral. It was dusty and cheap. Family members and friends saying he was the life of the party. Yeah, he was lovely to meet. But they all remember Vizual after a couple months or a couple of weeks. Wow, shit really sound like a forgotten dream. There must be one odd reason if you think that me and you are even. You were now standing in front of a true demon. I appear like a nightmare that you don't want repeated. It's quite clear there's a flight of stairs that your shoes ain't reaching. A higher ceiling, another level that you ain't meeting. You're subconscious, unaware of this human being. There is layers to this shit. So don't be stupid sleeping, because I'll creep in and I'll keep hacking at your mind. I'm lucid dreaming. Random. Did you know the word visual and playing Scrabble gets you 9 points? But if I point this 9 in this game over, my point. My point is...
Let's go.
Random. Did you know the word visual and playing Scrabble gets you 9 points? But if I point this 9 in this game over, my point. My point is, if I point this, it won't be pointless. This is the start of something violent like a GTA deployment. If he doesn't die, then it's doctor appointments. Every other week prescribed joint ointments. Limited mobility. He only has visual enjoyment. Limited mobility, he only has visual enjoyment, and you can see it on his face. He's screaming, "Help me," but nobody cares that, don't tell me. I never thought that I would see a vegetable that's not healthy. You can...
He got a smile out of this. Fair play.
If he doesn't die... If he doesn't die, then it's doctor appointments. Every other week prescribed joint ointments. Limited mobility. He only has visual enjoyment. And you can see it on his face. He's screaming, "Help me," but nobody cares that, don't tell me. I never thought that I would see a vegetable that's not healthy. You paid the price fucking with a demon, there was a healthy. Healthy. You paid the price fucking with a demon, there was a healthy. I never thought that I would see a vegetable that's not healthy. You paid the price fucking with a demon, there was a healthy. Cause his state of mind is empty, but eye movement plenty. There's brain activity, but his muscles are paralyzed. Now shit's starting to sound like REM sleep. NOC, REM
them sleep. NOC, well, they be giving me some big place, even though I'm still an intake. But they know I got what it takes to stand toe to toe behind bars within me. But let him say that it's strange, me getting this push roll, check the win rate, or the ratio of how many niggas engage with me when I rap. It's not a mistake. I don't like your attitude. It got misplaced.
There was a frame there where Vizual was just looking at the camera like, he's just waiting to start. See, that is fine. Earlier with the support, that's fine too, to a certain degree, I suppose. But when the tournament happens, that's what I want to see. I want to see that smug sense of satisfaction saying, lads, you know my round was better. And you know my second round is going to be better. I want to see that level of confidence from the competitors.
So
That's what I want to see.
Make his middle finger a thumb switch place. That's a NOC, well, they be giving me some big plays, even though I'm still NOC. Well, they be giving me some big plays, even though I'm still an intake, because they know I got what it takes to stand toe to toe behind bars within me. But let him say that it's strange, me getting this push roll, check the win rate, or the ratio of how many niggas engage with me when I rap. It's not a mistake. I don't like your attitude. It got misplaced. So the switchblade, make his middle finger a thumb switch place. That's a fuck you in a sick way. That's a fuck you in a sick way. Well, now you want to act bad, because with the boys you want to act big, babe. But don't let them manipulate you to a quick rave, because I call this gun misleading visual. Ask me why. Why? Because it's clickbait. Make his middle finger from switch place. That's a fuck you and a
Just once, I know this again, random thought. Just once, when someone comes from the crowd and grabs a battler, I want to see the battler fight, not fight back, but sort of. There's nothing kind of as emasculating as someone grabbing you and moving you around. When you're the battler, you want to be the one that looks strong. So if someone comes from the crowd and is like, you want to go, you want to move them around. Like, you want to push them around. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to get pushed in the back. You want to push them back and go, yeah, no, sick, right? You want to exert yourself again. It's a tiny little thing, but it's like you look ineffectual when someone can push you and grab you and move you. But in fairness, it's because they go limp for it. You know, they just kind of go like loose and just let themselves get pushed around. It just doesn't. It's not a strong look. That's all I'm saying.
Wait, oh no, you want to act bad with your boys, big brave, but don't let them manipulate you to a quick way. Because I call this gun misleading visual. Ask me why. Why? Because it's clickbait. Let's get this straight. Don't get it twisted backwards. I don't like him. I'm anti-vision, a vigilante that finds him. Don't get this twisted backwards. Don't get it twisted backwards. Don't get it twisted backwards. I don't like him. I'm anti-vision, a vigilante that find him and turn this to a no-diss qualification match. What that means is, I'm gonna hit him with his title, then go for the pin. It's a winner, easy swim. I had visuals spinning, his lights got dimmed. You make me cringe. You make me cringe. So I'm gonna take it a step further and have your shin hanging by a hinge. Now I'm gonna take it a step further and have your shin hanging by a hinge. Now every time you move it, look like you're about to sprint. Every time you move it, look like you're about to sprint. But you ain't going far. There's no hope for this puppet, not even a glimpse, because I am in control of this cycle that you are in. It look like I mastered the piano the way I'm pulling the strings. I wrote this verse as a vortex, putting them in.
You don't pull the strings of a piano in order to make the sounds of a piano. Just going to point that out.
Ever since this round's inception, I've been giving you hints that this is your reality.
Also, what's the guy on the left doing? Your man is like, yes? Talking about, no, not about, oh, okay, sorry. Like, what the fuck is that, dude? Like, stand up straight. Like, you can hear them, you're 2 feet away.
A realm where you are now convinced that beast has been walking up and I am him. Examples after examples is what I make of these rappers. That's why Coffin in his album is what I made for this rapper. Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, right, I'm just going to check something very, very quickly. Okay, right. Fucking hell, 43 minutes, lads. How long is this fucking video? I should have checked that. Fuck it, 20 minutes. Fucking hell, lads. We've only done one round. And it took you 5 minutes each to do 90 seconds. Or however long it was. It's too long. However long we had for the rounds. It's too long. It's too long. Right.
Battle 13.
Let's get on with it.
You're not
Oh, not that it really matters. I had Vizual win in the first round. Not that Craig G doesn't have his merits. He just takes too long to get to his fucking point, dude. He just takes too long. He has he doesn't. For me, one of his problems in this battle so far is he overemphasizes fucking everything, so nothing stands out. It's hard to deem anything as effectual when everything is being sold like everything's a body shot. Everything's a fucking haymaker, and I'm seeing most of it isn't. Like, some of it is. It's okay, but like, yeah, it feels ineffectual after a while. You know what I mean? It just feels like noise. So yeah, yeah. Viz took the first round. Not that it was a bad performance. He had a minor stumble in the middle there, which probably docks him points or a point. But yeah, just fucking hell, lads. Like, I'm dying here. Like, fucking, this is supposed to be 90 seconds or 60. Probably not 60 seconds. Probably 90 seconds. It took you 5 fucking minutes to say it. What the fuck happened, lads? Y'all say I take my time.
battle 13 times.
What did he say?
You're not supposed to battle 13. You said you were going to lose this battle 13 times.
Really?
You're not supposed to do that.
No, he's right.
Shows a lack of experience under his belt. Telling T you lost the first round mid-battle was a fumble as well. Type of guy to throw his cards in without checking the ones he was dealt. Spent half a round asking what MK stood for. At least we know Craig G doesn't stand up for himself. If you don't show up to win, you never will. So today the kid'll die. Switch the lights. There's no fire left in his eyes. How can you do bars about robot wars and not be built to fight? The guy's trash.
It's fine. What I would say again, just to emphasize the difference between the level of performance here, and this is why I remember seeing this battle a while back and saying like there's a level distinction here. It's not that Craig G's bad. It's that at the moment he has the folly of youth against him, which is you want to include absolutely everything to make sure everyone knows you're fucking clever. And you don't want to leave anything up to chance to let people think you're clever. So you keep everything in and you throw absolutely everything at the performance. As you get older, you learn little things like sometimes this particular thing doesn't need every single tool at my disposal. It needs just these tools at the disposal. Sometimes you need different tools. Sometimes you need to use them differently or different frequencies. I think at the moment, Viz is utilizing a more specific skill set of setup, punchline, and he's using it to great effect. He's illustrating his points and making them infinitely better than Craig G, because Craig G is just coming at it with 100% reckless abandon, aggression, all that stuff, whereas Viz is choosing his moments more appropriately and executing, and of course his writing is superior so far as well. He's making more varied points. He's making more specific points targeted at Craig G rather than just generic points that you just add Viz's name to and call it a day. At the moment, there's a difference in terms of not necessarily experience, because I don't think Viz is that old. I think he's mid-20s, something like that. He's not as old as me, at least that much, and I'm mid-fucking-30s. So he's not on the older side by any stretch of the imagination. I know Craig G is, again, on the younger side too, but what you're seeing is the utilization of a skill set being deployed in a more effectual way from one, whereas the other guy is just fucking throwing the kitchen sink at him so far.
The guy's trash. Fight back. The cloth he's cut from is a white flag.
So what I mean? Like that, for instance, he's used the first element to establish his concept. He's utilized it in a couple of different ways, and then he's got the payoff. The difference here would be Craig G would take time to get to a payoff, and the payoff wouldn't have warranted taking that amount of time to get there. And then the smaller jokes are too ineffectual as a result of the oversell of every single one of them. Sometimes, again, just there's nothing wrong with throwing, again, if we're in a boxing context, throwing jabs to measure distance, to check dispositions in terms of how he defends, all the rest of that sort of stuff, and then launching your pattern of attack, as opposed to, I'm just going to march forward, throw my arms in the general direction of the guy, and trust my strength and stamina to carry the day. someone who is more technically astute will notice that and go, fill your boots, mate. I'm just going to stay on the outside, wait for you to blow yourself up, and then I'm going to fucking take you down. And that's going to be that. So in this case, Viz is being infinitely more measured and infinitely more effectual because, again, he is utilizing the structure of his rounds to build his offense over the course of it rather than just fucking throwing bombs from the get-go. Something like that is fucking brilliant. Like, he's just got the whole room nodding with him. Like, wow. He built and built and built and executed.
The guy's trash. Fight back. The cloth he's cut from is a white flag. I am the leader of the era you're a product of. We never backed down from a challenge. There was no stopping us. If my corner ever threw in the towel, it's to mop your blood, you spineless. Oh my God!
The body language has changed a little bit here as well. Viz is commanding the space more. Craigie is starting to go into himself a bit too much.
Cunt. You're not really outside. You're not.
Come on, man, chill.
Hold it down, man. You spineless cunt. You're not really outside, acting like you're in these streets, pretending to be 10 toes down to end up 6 feet deep. But you lot told me he was special. Now you have to see your man struggle. Sloop said he had gold on his hands. I said cool, like a brass knuckles. Yeah. You're all about to see your mate get beat bad, so will it be the right hand or will the blade get G-stabbed? I brought the ladder to the table, so take a seat, lad. It's like a TLC match. I am. Oh my God.
Wrestling bars. We've got them, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo, hold it down, man.
I have had enough of Craig acting bad and tough like I won't have him slump from an average punch. I will have Craig like I won't have Craig. I have had enough of Craig acting bad and tough like I won't have him slump by an average punch. I found my dad unresponsive, masked in blood, and if I get my hands on him, the damage done might have my PTSD acting. Oh my God! You think your bars hold weight? They sound like desperate lies and they end tonight. The threats are like Wayne said, real G's move in silence.
The only other thing I'll just point out as well, and this is, again, I'm asking a lot at this point, I know. One of the things that's unique about Battle Rap, again, is this idea of it being a contest, combative, and a competitive, right? I think one of the things that's lost sometimes with this shot versus sometimes with Prem, they do this. Don't Flop used to do this back in the day. Having the motion cam follow the battlers, giving the battle motion and life, making it feel like a physical contest, especially when the battlers start really getting into it and really start to emote and they can zone in on their all that sort of stuff. I really hope Prem do that. I hope they have, if they have to have a fixed camera shot, that's fine, but I think fixed camera shots only work if there's then motion from the cameraman. Like if they, like this shot for instance of me, right? It's not the most expressive of camera angles, right? It's me in a fucking corner. It's like watching me on CCTV. It's very bland, it's very boring, it's very static, it's not emotive, it's not interesting. You're being directed to the content here in the graphics in order to hold your attention. It's the same with watching the battle, not necessarily from the fact of what the performers are doing, but from a static camera angle. It makes it look devoid of that sort of, it robs it of its drama. So if Prem are going to have a static camera angle, I hope they use it A, sparingly, and B, they do editing with it to make sure that it gives it some life and some motion, but that they focus more of their efforts on having a dynamic camera follow each battler, especially like I want to see it at all times. I don't want necessarily for the battlers' emotions to be neglected. I want to see them reacting to each other's stuff. I think one of the things that's sometimes lost in battle rap is it's as much about what the opponent reacts to as the audience in terms of what lands, because again, this is supposed to be directed at them. I want to see their faces. I want to see if it lands. I want to see if it makes them laugh. I want to see if it pisses them off. I want to see if it makes them go into themselves. I want to see if they no-set it. I need to be as much in the presence of that moment as possible if I'm not going to be there live to watch it, because I promise you, if you've not been to a battle rap event before, one of the things you do find yourself doing from time to time is looking at the opponent. You're not watching the guy who's performing, you're just watching the guy and you're seeing how he's reacting. You're seeing how he's going backwards and forwards. So one of the things I would love to see is Prem utilizing 2 camera angles, and if they need to do a static, that's great, but follow the battlers at all times and then use that when you're editing it together to really give it some drama, give it some elevation in terms of the human element of these guys going at it. You know what I mean?
So why does Cray have it emphasized? Oh my God! Oh my God!
Tex just hijacked the battle once again. And now he's got to disappear back into the
crowd. The press are light. We ain't said real G's move in silence. So why does Cray have it emphasized? You picked the wrong kid. Sick of your hype man giving me no reaction. It's exhausting. We'll see how good their poker face is when I grab the knife and go all in.
Oh, Carlton's in the
they'll
background
jump on
too.
Twitter talking like I was actually murdered. Till they see a body hit the net like an Apple factory worker. I'll fuck them all. I'll fuck them all. I don't care if your mates are here, bro. I don't care if your mates are here, bro, but you can get it first. Patient 0. Let's make it go. Let's go. Let's make it clear, though. They could be bodybuilders for all I care. I'll have them all murdered. Even deadlifters need Paul Burrs.
Dazzy in the background as well.
Biz is wicked.
Even deadlifters need pole bearers. I'll grab the blade, watch it stick right in his neck till the prick is lying dead in a violent mess. You poor thing, the kid's inside his head. I'll make bro sleep, getting killed on his own league. It's so deep, you're on thin ice, Craig. Don't get cold feet. Talking like I'm scared. Scared of facing who? You only get these battles because the nerd is mates with Snoop. You owe him a thanks. He keeps serving plates to you. You should drop flowers to a shooter. Like Terminator 2.
Nice. Which, by the way, is kind of ridiculous because that motherfucker wasn't even born when Terminator 2 was fucking released. God, I hate how young some of you are. Some of you are so fucking young. I hate you. I hate you for being born significantly after I was. I hate you.
But my relationships aren't the reason for my trajectory. It's my bars that cause it. You get battles because your mates have your back. I get battles because mine has a target on it. Oh my God!
There you go. Alright. Let's get back to
that
it.
you don't-
3G. What you got for us?
Now, I was watching Real Sick versus Kojay.
Okay.
Good battle, what a joy.
Haven't seen it.
To my surprise, you were standing behind Sick, not Kojay. Okay, maybe it wasn't your choice. Actually, it doesn't matter what side you were standing on, that's all void. But I'll tell you what we can't avoid, is that you don't even know Sick like that, but you was more than happy to be his little water boy, you
Right. Yeah. Battlers, and again, this probably won't be a significant issue in the tournament. Don't waste 10 seconds of my fucking time telling me something and then going, actually, that doesn't matter. Well, don't fucking say it then. Don't waste my time. Like,
fucking water boy. You fucking water boy. And for those that don't understand, just go to round 1. Real Sick versus Kojay. You'll be like, no way. This Irishman has no shame. You can actually see he had more pride holding that water bottle than he did his title the whole way.
wow. Wow. Okay. All right.
You're gonna get comedian Craig started.
That's fine.
You're gonna get comedian Craig started. I mean, you holding that still water had you sparkling.
This is better from Cray G. And again, I know I just complained about wasting 10 seconds of my life. And Cray G, love you. Can't wait to have you on the show. Don't do that. But that's much better. Much, much better. Liking this already much more than the first round. Petty as hell, but it works.
Still water had you sparkling. Now, what was it? A trial and error experiment? Well, I personally think he did a great job, and you did it with elegance. You even gave him that water bottle before he knew that he needed it. Maybe you are relevant. Does that PBI title stand for Professional Bottle Intelligence?
This is petty, and I'm here for it. I love it. Petty, 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 and yes, more please. I think even Paris is cognizant of how much time this is taking. Like, even she's kind of acknowledging the fact that we are 25 minutes into a battle, lads, and we're only halfway through.
I swear it's all on YouTube. You can go and check the evidence.
Anyways,
now, comedian Craig,
one of these days.
he's got a lot to say. Craig G, well, he's got something to explain now. We got Michael Jackson, Michael Schumacher, Michael Owen, and then we got this Michael. And I don't like this Michael, so I'm like this Michael. I'll pitch my fist, you ain't safe, I'll hit Michael. Wait, I got this rifle, but I better use this knife that Surf gave me. I gotta be mindful. Because this blade does not like to be left out. It could get spiteful. And in Paris's view, give you an eyeful. We got Michael Jackson, Michael Schumacher, Michael Owen, and then we got this Michael. And I don't like this Michael, so I'm like this Michael. I'll pitch my fist, you ain't safe, I'll hit Michael. Wait, I got this rifle, but I better use this knife that Surf gave me. I gotta be mindful. Because this blade does not like to be left out, it could get spiteful. And in Paris's view, give you an eyeful. Retro, telescope, how far I pulled out his eyeful. Now we've got Michael Jackson, Michael Schumacher, Michael Owen, and then we got this Michael. And I don't like this Michael, so I'm like this Michael. I'll pitch my fist, you ain't safe, I'll hit Michael. Wait, I got this rifle, but I better use this knife that Surf gave me. I've got to be mindful, because this blade does not like to be left out. It could get spiteful. And in Paris's view, give you an eyeful. Retro, telescope, how far I pulled out his eyeful. Why did it spiral into something that's out of your control like revival? It's survival of the fittest, and I'm in your way. Still I say, nice of you to mingle with the dark side. Nice of you to finally integrate. But this is going to be the quickest in and out debut like CM Punk, nigga, we in a cage. These are not your surroundings. That's why Craig's here to put you back in your place. Do you think I'm scared of Fat Michael from Recess? Give it a break. Give it a break. Give it a break. Give it a break.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I'm scared of Fat Michael from Recess. Give it a break. I can tell that we are on a different page, but I know at some point you agree it the same. Matter of fact, when they drop this battle and you have to relive it, you'll see it the way how we see it today. Because you look like a foreigner, tourist, and guest. You see, Viz, it's on your face. Don't let that fly line go over your head and take a trip away. I said foreigner, tourist, guest. Viz, it's on your face. I'll drag him to his corpse. Yeah. I'll drag him to his corpse. I'm rapping suited to war. Got the dagger, we'll do them all. That man in the mirror and the man that you fought. Where's your bitch, Siobhan? I'll grab her and stab her with brute force. Hey, yo, what?
Yo.
I will leave this man standing still, a real life statue, while I'll give his madam 2 swords. Hey, yo, Wax.
Yo.
I will leave this man standing still, a real life statue, while I'll give his madam 2 swords. It's that coolie. I'm Ruly. What does he know? I'm 30 from early. I've been in that AMG mode. And now we know what time it is? Let's get into the Michael flips. I would slap Michael's son around their head, my wife and kids. Michael.
I think the crowd are actually not helping this battle. Reacting a bit too much to absolutely everything. They just need to...
And now we know what time it is?
What time is it?
Let's get into the Michael flips. I would slap Michael's son around their head, my wife and kids.
All I'm saying is that, and again, I know this is a no loose chat crowd. Again, you need to be careful about just going in on absolutely everything that you're showcasing. Again, you just it loses its luster. It's hard to listen to someone yell for 20 minutes. You know what I mean? That's why I like the beginning of Craig G's round, because it's something different. It's something to a different effect. It's a different execute. It's different. We're going back into the first round again, and it's just hard to follow a lot of it. Not necessarily from the perspective of I hear what he's saying. I'm following a lot of the words he's saying, but it's hard to stay invested. And again, it's that energy that you want. You want to command the crowd. You want to bring them along for a journey. You don't want to make it harder for them. And I think the speed is fine if you're using it to illustrate something, i.e. your technical ability. But doing it for the sake of doing it, I don't know how effective it is.
Michael A. Michaela, and I don't like this bitch. You can try and find a way, but either it's over. Michael Oliver, calling it time, cause I'm in a whip with a full kit. Michael Knight, I never. What the fuck? Now we know what time it is. Let's get into the Michael flips. I would slap Michael's son around the head, my wife again. Michael A. Michaela, when I don't like this bitch, you can try and find a way, but either it's over. Michael Oliver, calling it time, cause I'm in a whip with a full kit. Michael Knight, I never back down. I wanna see blood and bones, Michael J. White. I wanna see blood and bones, Michael J. White. I'll cut Michael in half. I'm taking a mick out of Mike. It feels like mick out of Mike. I'll cut Michael in half.
There's just conversations going on in the crowd at this point.
What's up?
I'll cut Michael in half. I'm taking a mick. I'll cut Michael in half. I'm taking a mick out the mic. It feels like Michael's career is on the line. But in this ring, I'm the Undertaker in the streak. Well, it never stopped. You standing in front of me just means you have turned your back to the future, Michael J. Fox. The latest trend, back to the future, Michael J. Fox. The latest trend is what Michael calls giving props. Because now his niggas are in a new season suits, Michael Ross. Prison Break, season 5, episode 1. We're all starting to think that Michael's lost. You are not an architect with a shield like Seth Rollins. You are not an Irish revolutionary leader. I don't think Michael Collins. I think Michael Cole, bitch made, backstage getting ripped to shreds. In the Bible, Michael is an archangel, but you are powerless, stripped to your strength. You can't flex. This Friday, next Friday, the Friday after next. You will never be a part of Craig's family, Michael S.
I think there's an interesting dichotomy of the crowd, and it's representative of the people in it. You know what I mean? It's people that care, people that really don't, and the people that really don't are not giving it a look. The people that really care are carrying it too much. And again, there's nothing wrong with that from the purposes of a No Lose Chat perspective. If you love No Lose Chat, you watch absolutely everything they do, you buy tickets to their events, that's great. But again, every promotion, every content creator should be cognizant of the fact that you're supposed to be catering to not just your own fans. Sometimes it is about just throwing a bit of a bone to people that don't care about what you do, especially if you are trying to grow what you're doing. It's why I've, again, putting myself in things, I try and look at what people say about what I make, and I try and change it, tailor it, tweak it, amend it, rebrand it, whatever it takes to try and make things better, because I want as many people through the door as possible.
I know you like the Halloween franchise, but this one tip can confirm that Michael's dead. But before you go, I'm gonna put you through trauma and all the smoke. I'm gonna make you watch your mum kill your dad right in front of you, Michael Corleone. Michael Corleone. So go ahead, sit back, and tell us that you used to.
What? Hang on.
You Michael Corleone.
One more second. Sorry, I need to catch that. What did I say?
I know you like the Halloween franchise, but this one tip can confirm that Michael's dead. But before you go, I'm gonna put you through trauma and all the smoke. I'm gonna make you watch your mum kill your dad right in front of you, Michael Corleone.
That didn't happen. Michael Corleone was Michael Corleone didn't see either of his parents killed, and even if he was referring to Vito Corleone, that didn't happen either. Both of his parents were killed, and he had to flee from Italy to America. So just point that out.
Michael Corleone, so go ahead, sit back, and tell us that you used to mob deep, but you can still get whacked for talking too much, Michael Francis. You're fake. Michael is what I see, and this is really important. Think space.
Sorry, I'm just going to point that.
I'm the new one.
You're going to get whacked for talking too much like Michael Francis. Michael Francis is, I'm pretty sure, again, he's either referring to Sonny Francis, who died of old age. Michael Francis is, I think, is the famous podcaster. He's not dead either. I get that I get it. He's the Michael thing. I get it. But the references have to make sense then. You can't just pick Michael, Angelo, Michael, Balak. You know, no, that doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like, Yeah.
You know when that scene was awkward? Half-time, LeBron James, Donald Doctor tweeted, walked in, exhausted, tired of a weak performance. They need that star power. Well, this is deja vu, because when I saw him and he walked in, I saw no game changer. How can Michael B. Jordan? How can Michael B. Jordan? When I rap, it's so crazy. It's crazy.
Okay. So it was an improvement from Craig G in the second round because again he switched it up and started aiming some of his stuff at Viz rather than in Viz's general direction. Viz's first round was better than his second, I feel like, in terms of his writing, in terms of execution, but I still have Viz winning the battle 2-0 so far, simply because, again, his writing style and his delivery is so much more succinct and so much easier to be able to comprehend on a regular basis. Now, what we will do is, and I apologize to Craig G for this, because I have him losing, I see no reason to watch the final round. We'll watch Viz's final round, and then we'll move on. So, it's on Viz for round 3. But so far, again, the difference in style is what's making this battle so one-sided for me. Viz is just on another level. Craig G's fine. It's just that he's not brought the right style to this battle in order to overcome Viz. Viz is just too technical. His wordplay's too good at this point.
I still don't know why you chose to fuck with me. Brother, please. This is the third round of your third 3-round battle. And don't act like we're one apiece. I'm the reason they say death comes in threes. I don't know what you're trying to do here. No strategy, just vibes. Dude's weird. I'm doing this for a fee. Craig's doing it for a few beers. I've been dropping bombs on the old gen. You should have got the nuclear. You have been You have been here 11 months. Now, I respect the league's talent scouting, but you're getting sun before your career's done a lap around it.
Oh my God!
This a big body, overweight, no cap, lower case. Act like a local, Craig. Know your place. Because we could have just had a conversation. Why'd you choose the ring, bro? Do your thing, though. Shouts the slim buck, because the talk is different. And you're being reminded by an animal like Duolingo. This is...
What? He's made that sound way more vicious than it is. Dude, it's an owl. He's made that sound so much more vicious and violent than it really is. Dude, Duolingo's mascot is a fucking... an adorable green owl. So far, it epitomizes battle as the battle of two guys that make references to things that if you even think about for more than 10 seconds, you go, wait, what? They sound fine, but like, I feel like a reference in battle rap really works well when it's executed through and through. It makes sense when you follow it back to its logical. It's not just used for the sake of a rhyme, and it's not just used for the sake of a visual gag or simile or metaphor or something like that. If it follows back for even a second, like, yeah, that's just tickled me now. Duolingo like a animal. Don't think about it more than that, though. Definitely don't Google what animal it is we're looking at.
This is not a battle you should have deserved. I could think of 50 opponents I would have preferred. You lost the first 2 rounds.
Name all 50, Viz, and go. No?
And you're losing the third. Funny, I'm having a career performance because he never put in the work. What do you get for these beatings, Craig? Because it's not funds. Any full battle you've had, you've got spun. It doesn't matter how good your resume is when you can't get the job done. Just because he can illustrate a point doesn't mean his writing's sick. His true colors show when you look inside the lines a bit and see the writing on the wall. Crayon some childish shit. But your bars wouldn't hold up in an empty room, and you need the crowd to get your bookings. Please stop explaining your bars after saying them, especially when they're stupid. How can you not give the crowd credit when you're indebted to them? You need to fix your writing, Craig. Get on the ball. Setup's worse than Bret Hart in Montreal.
If you believe it was a setup. I am going to be that guy now that goes, hey, listen, man. Was the Montreal Screwjob the greatest wrestling work of all time? I look forward to one of their two people that I most want to hear about most biographies when they release, knowing that they're out on the way out, is Bret Hart and Vince McMahon, because Vince McMahon is just going to confess to absolutely everything he's ever done. It's going to be a litany of the most fucking horrific shit you've ever heard, and you're going to wonder why any of you fuckers still want him to come back to WWE, you perverse fuckers, because I guarantee you at some point in that chapter he will take no small delight in revealing, oh, by the way, the Montreal Screwjob was an inside... I scheduled that from the beginning. You stupid bastard supported Bret Hart forever, and he lied to all of you, and so did I. I want more than most things for that to be true, just for that to happen, and everyone go, we got worked for 50 years or 40, because he's probably going to live till he's like 100, and Vince McMahon's not 80 odd yet. In fact, I'm willing to put money... You watching this now and me, Vince McMahon will outlive both of us, because he's a hardcore Republican and he just refuses to die lest he give up his money to some ungrateful, unworthy fuckers like you and me. But yeah, my point is that the execution of that is fine. I'm just saying. It's just made me laugh.
I know.
It's sick. I know it's sick.
Right, and Craig, get on the ball. Setup's worse than Bret Hart in Montreal. So spit it out or get exposed for treating me like a stepping stone. There's the door. Get and go. Godfather. Heading home. You'll see a difference. Come on, man. Let's go. And there's the door. Get and go. Godfather. Heading home. You'll see a different side of me. Sibling rivalry. I'm just better, bro. But think Speaking of bros, you called my bro T a fruitcake because he models, and you think that's gay. I have gay friends that would fuck you up. You're really not ready for someone who swings that way. You call my bro T a fruitcake because he models. Oh, you think that's gay? I have gay friends that would fuck you up. You're really not ready for someone who swings that way. They're cunt slow. It's fun though, because you were calling him non-binary when he was up 1-0 and that was...
God, he's feeling that one. I was going to say, just let's calm down a little bit. Get on with it. Just calm down. Good bar. Let's just get on with it. Come on, let's go.
Slow. It's fun though, because you were calling him non-binary when he was up 1-0, and that was basic. Went to the University of Andrew Tate and graduated, but you said you know a gay man when you see one. Congratulations. Let's go. I didn't realize you were projecting, bro. That's amazing. Explains why you're looking at me like that. Plus every word from your mouth, but you are not my type. Like a burner account. You heard what I'm saying. But I couldn't find this guy's real name anywhere. I assume the first is Craig. That's not far-fetched, but that's all he lets us know. He keeps the scene at arm's length. I tried to get it out of him at the face-off. He avoided exposing himself by a hair like Clark Kent. But oh my But it doesn't matter what your name is. This was just another clash I was gonna win. Everybody wants to battle Viz till they're standing in front of him.
Cool. And again, no disrespect to Craig G, it's just that is fucking hell. 37 minutes of a video, lads, on a battle. Yeah, battle rap leagues of the world. I don't need battle raps that go on for 38 to 45 minutes. Keep it to 20 minutes I feel is good. 25 minutes, fine. 30 minutes, 35 minutes. I thought it was 60 seconds to 90 seconds, lads. How long does it fucking take you to spit some shit? 35, 40 minutes, 45 minutes. My God, stop stealing my life. Again, just me. Just me. I don't think a battle rap needs to last fucking 35 to 45 minutes. Right, so, and yeah, by the way, Vizual took that, no questions about it. And again, I think that illustrates what I think Vizual brings to the table in this tournament. An imperious writing style. He's got absolute command and mastery of writing, and he's got, and this is the thing that works for him in this particular group, he's got 3 guys who he can write tons for because he's got tons to work with. I wonder how a Vizual would have gone in a group with guys that were less well known. Of course, he's got the experience, he's got the reps, and he's got his own reputation to lean on. But it seems like Viz really excels when he's got a lot to work with in terms of material on his opponent. Whereas maybe he will struggle against opponent with less. He won't have enough about himself to shout about. He is a previous champion. He's got wins over great names and a lot of that stuff. But it's interesting to think about. What if he comes up against a name that's not as familiar to him in the audience? It's interesting to think about. He won't have this problem in this tournament, obviously, because he's going up against 3 guys who I think are pretty well known to the UK battle rap audience. But yeah, Viz, in terms of his standing in this tournament, I don't think it's debatable. He's got as much, if not probably the favorite tag of this group. But not to be undone though, or upscaled, we've got the next one in the group, which is one Kingslee Thunder. Now again, we had a bunch of battles to pick from in this one. On this particular occasion, I thought, do you know what? Let me pick one I was there for, because why not? Let me regale you with a tale of me being in the crowd, because unlike my reputation as being nothing but a hater, I have occasionally supported battle rap with actual money and my time and resources. So let's switch over to Kingslee Thunder versus one Carlton Shanks.
Grab your bottles, we are back in Manchester for undisclosed. If you were in the building.
There I am, way right in the front row. Look at my big dumb face. You've got to see my big dumb face twice. One here and one there. Look at me. Stro, Briggsy, Kingslee Thunder, Carlton Shanks, and my big dumb face.
Make some noise.
I made a lot of noise.
We're about to get into the second of the last battles of the day. On the left-hand side, you've seen him in Prem before. From Liverpool, show some love for Kingslee Thunder. Let's go.
Okay, Kingslee, I'll take it back. So I had a dig at Kingslee the other day because he made reference to having a beer or never having a drink. And I said, I've never seen him have a drink at an event. He's literally got a Guinness in his hand for this one. Or a stout or some sort of drink. Maybe it's just a really frothy Coke. Pepsi Max, perhaps. But let's say that's an alcoholic beverage. Kingslee, I take it back. I'm sorry. I know that was it was a slanderous things to say about you, Kingslee. I said that about you. And you clipped me up. And you didn't tag me in it. Like, that's... Let me just say something to Kingslee Thunder right now. And I know he's watching. I know he watches all of my stuff. Kingslee. Bubby. I know I did you wrong. And I'm sorry. Nothing can ever take back what I did and said. Okay? And for the record, I'm sorry that I said that you wear O'Shea pajamas. You don't. No one does. Not anymore. Not since the accident. Here. Evidence that I was wrong. There is an alcoholic beverage in your hand. I'm sorry I slandered you. I want nothing more for us to just go back to the way things were. If someone can clip that up and tag Kingslee in it, for the love of God. I'm just going to say that, by the way, all joking aside. If you're going to take my clip... That's the only thing I would say about my fucking videos, guys. If you're going to take my videos... Tag me in the fucking clips you send out. Like, I'm not going to get mad if you clip it up and say, oh, God, this guy's chatting shit. Like, I don't mind that. I do kind of mind you nicking my content and sharing it around out of context as well. Like, that kind of bugs me a little bit. So, yeah. Kingslee did this. I'm not annoyed at him per se that he did it. But he did. It's only because I happened to follow him that I saw he said that. And it's like, well... Come on, lad. Give me at least the benefit of a clap back. Like, come on now. But for real, can we be friends again, please? Like, it's really annoying that I send you all these DMs, I send you presents and gifts, and you just, you don't give me the time of day. It's really depressing. Anyways, Kingslee Thunder versus Carlton Shanks, and I'm in the front row, and Stro is staring into my fucking soul right now. Look at him. Look at the fucking cold, dead stare of Stro. Look at that. That is one motherfucker I wouldn't want to mess with. I like how, by the way, everyone's tuned in now that the fucking No Loose Chat one is stopped and the Prem one started. That's hilarious. Anyways.
And on the right-hand side, all the way from London, make some noise for Carlton Shanks!
Hello, Carlton.
Yo, it's a 3-round battle. Kingslee decided long round 1. Round 1 of Kings. Hold it down at the back, yo.
Let's go.
Hold it down!
Yo!
Let's go.
They said I got Carlton Shanks. The shit's on. I've been feeling gas for this done. I'm scared of nothing. Mary Poppins. I've been in my bag for this one. Yeah, what's happening, Manny? We good, yeah? Now please pay your respects as I'm deep.
You're going to wonder what a lot of battlers do when they don't have that to lean on. You know what I mean? Like, every battler at some stage usually either makes reference to, 1, the promoter, or 2, the area that they're in a Mick Foley-esque wink and a nudge to try and elicit a bit of a reaction from the crowd. But because it's a pre-record, and because the location of it has nothing to do with the performance, you wonder what they're going to do to fill the time.
Taylor is deaf. To prep for this, I had the team skating the net, retracing your steps, conducting experiments, and then retaking the test. And the results are all here in an email you can check, because it says right next to this dweeb name and address that we've seen major
Standing next
effect.
to fucking Raptor this whole performance, I've just realised that did I not realise that? Sorry, literally just 1 second. Sorry, just for my own clarity.
Doing experiments and then retaking the test, and the results are all here in an
So I'm here somewhere.
email you can check, because it says right next to this.
Yeah, there's fucking hell. I watched a battle with Raptor next to me, and I didn't fucking. Wow, I was really locked into watching these performances that day.
We've name and address that we've seen major effects. Now we've made a connect between his presence in the scene and the lack of females at events. Just look around, man. You've been rumbled. Listen, don't fucking come to my city if you ain't prepared to get lifted. Because in those parts, I'm a lone shark, so don't become a person of interest. Your whole team are gonna leave here with permanent stitches. Because I just called a bunch of caveman's mates and told them that I heard you were snitches. I'm sorry. Listen, no. I'm sorry, I'm just taking care of personal business. If it goes to court, I just fucking murder the witness, rock up to the courtroom and stare in the distance like, Your Honour, you don't understand. They were scaring the bitches. It's Carlton Shanks! Let's go! It's Carlton Shanks! I said it's Carlton Shanks! When asked what I think of this man, I say, he's fine. In your last battle, you said the following 3 lines. Yo, the moral is that, more or less, you're moral-less. And you were like, he's nice.
Okay, so if I'm going to get shit for pointing out profiterole and profitable, Kingslee's doing it right here. Like, I do it and it's out of order. He does it in a battle and it's fine. Like, come on, he's doing the same thing and he's right. He's right.
Well, guess what, pussy? These real eyes realize.
He's not wrong.
And when I see him,
he's not wrong.
And when I see him trying to punch, I've just got to miss it. It's like an episode of Friends, how? It's not though, is it?
Idiot.
Now, don't get me wrong, you have been kind of killing it lately, but I just find a couple things a little bit shady, because they say we're both on a run. That's why the punters hooked us up. But if you agree with that, you must be fucking drunk. I'm on a winning streak. That ain't up to be discussed. But didn't you literally lose to a newcomer on Don't Flop just the other month? I think you fucking did, mate. Now he's panicking lots, he ain't hacking the shot, so that don't count. It was a freestyle battle.
Yeah. Right, that right there. That's why I need cameras on both battlers, because he's giving it the, what are you talking about? And then he reacts and goes, oh, fucking that. That's great. I love that. That tells the story of a battle so well. The fact that he said something, he reacts, and it gets, I love that. Brilliant. Fantastic stuff. 10 out of 10 no notes from Kingslee. Great, fantastic.
Look at him. Emotion. Look at him. He's panicking lots. He ain't hacking the shot, so that don't count. It was a freestyle battle. Yeah, man. I think that analogy's boss. I'm also undefeated. If you don't count the battles I've lost.
I'm not in then, just like I am now.
Muppet.
Carlton.
Muppet.
It's a
There
freestyle.
ain't a fucking universe where you see me, you feeling good, but your vision's blurred, you're on 2CB. Anyone see him giving it the big one on Twitter like he's gonna pure fight me? That is not at all likely. You've been mad your whole career, but now you want to talk spicy? But you ain't got a chance. When I called you out on your bullshit, you tried to play it off as bants. You've been on the same shit for years. That's why your game's not advanced with your stupid fucking alias. Not that name's proper pants, but it works. Because with Carlton, it's always the same song and dance.
Pretty good.
Fucking alias. Like that name's proper pants, but it works. Because with Carlton, it's always the same song and dance. You need to actually stop it. Pass me your wallet. You need to actually stop it. Pass me your wallet. Where I'm from, I'm known for keeping shanks in my pocket. I didn't even want to have to show him the levels. But if you're going to claim to be the guy, you need to show your credentials. Bones be mental. Motherfucker's 10 years deep and just started showing potential.
Wow, okay.
10 years, man. Fuck out of here.
There you go, round one. So, my diatribe at the beginning of his round to one side. I really like Kingslee Thunder, by the way. There's no real beef on my part. Tag me in your fucking tweets next time if you're stealing my content, Kingslee. Yeah, Kingslee Thunder's so funny, man. He's I know he doesn't like the comedy battler tag, but what he does better than most of his peers and contemporaries is that comedic element. He has a very digestible, very easy to understand, very effective comedic style. When he gets into the more technical stuff and tries going for the harder stuff, he loses something. And maybe he'll figure that out with time and more reps, and he'll find a way to be able to intersperse that in a way that works. But right now, he is most effective when he is completely and utterly in the moment, like you saw earlier with the freestyle moment. Again, he knows what works in a battle context, and making the other battler laugh and making the audience laugh, but keeping it in that undermining sense. It's not just a roast with Kingslee. He is undermining the credentials of Carlton as he goes. So it works. It's fantastic. It's really, really effective.
Yo!
Carl.
So I saw Kingslee versus Caveman. I don't think your names add up. I've always thought you look way more like a caveman than Caveman does. I mean, I've seen you wear coats, but I'm not convinced you've ever owned a coat hanger. So it don't matter. Listen, so it don't matter if he says I have no swagger as if he's so dapper. Mate, I ain't taking no slander from this broke fat and Mo Salah. I mean, you've got such a luscious head of hair. There's so much you could do with that. Instead, he's moving mad, looking a stone or two off Jonah Hill in Superbad. He's like all jokes about me hair. You're gonna need more than that to get past me, mate. You look like you rent your hair out at fancy dress parties. Listen.
I do remember, by the way, just to throw this out there, I didn't pick this battle necessarily because of this. I just remember Carlton did struggle a little bit in one of these rounds. I think there was a pretty significant stumble. I don't think it was a choke, but it was a pretty significant stumble nonetheless. So just be wary of that going in. He recovers well enough, but there is a round where it's a bit, I think he's going to struggle here.
But fucking, listen, I'm wasting a lot of time doing a bunch of you look like shit, but it's not my fault that you chose to look like this. You chose to look like this.
Oh, here it is, okay.
Oh my gosh, that you chose to look like this. Listen, but I know why he always perms his hair to try and look like he's a blatant immigrant. That's a bit of a weird multi.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Listen, because Kingslee's only gonna apply to be a Jamaican citizen. That's not a punchline. That's an actual fact. And since this is battle rap, I'm not sure that I'm fucking happy with that.
Nan's Jamaican.
But listen, I can see why he wants to be from somewhere else.
Did you just say
He's
his
from a
nan's
place in
Jamaican?
Liverpool called Old Swan. Mate, even the name sounds corny as fuck. But he's trying to convince me he's from a Nenza sordid and rough. They're selling all of the drugs, different assortments of thugs. People get kidnapped and tortured for fuck. But you're from a place called Old Swan. Were you fucking born in a pub?
Nice.
Listen, but back to him being Jamaican. Right, so he claims he's like a quarter black. I said, on which side? That's a bigger reach than a torture rack. He said, I don't know, lad, but just look at the curls. He said, I don't know, lad, but just look at the curls in my hair. I said, mate, they're probably going to need more than that.
Yeah.
Listen, I didn't need any foresight to tell me you are basically all white, and brother, it's all right. Because you are all white, like from another shrimp on the barbie. You are all white. Like when it's spotless in the Kazi, you are all white. No chaser when drinking with Bacardi. You are all white. I can guarantee he's been to Bali. You are all white. Listen. I can guarantee he's been to Bali. You are all white. If you were German a century ago, you would have been conscribed to Hitler's army. You are... Listen, you
Not sure that was necessary.
All white, from head to toe like you're going to a Diddy party. And he's been telling me I'm cringeworthy. Can't be worse than screaming out Scouse pride. Whole time we can tell the king's thirsty to attach himself to any other area he deems dirty. And I'm just spreading awareness on this counter like a pink jersey. While you were in Old Swan pretending that you lived in the bits, I was in Nigeria having to behead poultry anytime I wanted chicken and chips. Listen, I don't need to play up to it because it is what it is. I lived there nearly half a decade, I ain't claiming citizenship, and you're begging to be from a country that you never even lived in, you bitch. The whole time he's been in battle rap. He's been desperate to not be Scouts, practically begging for help. He's moved to Manny, Edinburgh, he's moving to New Zealand, and he's applying to be Jamaican. Clearly Liverpool is getting left on the shelf. If it's so great to be one of you bin dippers, why are you so desperate to live literally anywhere else? Listen, he's even started speaking patois. Like my mate just saw a chalk.
Kingslee screaming that one.
He's even started speaking patois. Like my mate just saw a chalk. He's on some Tropic Thunder. He's on some Tropic Thunder shit. Thinks he's auditioning for a movie role. There's no one that you're fooling though. The fans can tell Thunder's fake. It's the Truman Show. Listen, but congrats on moving to New Zealand. I guarantee you won't regret it, son, because your kids won't grow up with a Scouse accent. It's gonna be the best thing for them you've ever done.
Yeah, Anki, I feel you there. Yeah, so that round was separated only by the struggle from Carlton. Great first round from Carlton. Great first round from Kingslee. And you know what, Anki? I agree with you. I wish he was in the tournament too. But again, the tournament's going to be... It's a big commitment. You know what I mean? It's a long stretch of time. And again, I still don't really know how they're going to deal with the non-disclosure element of it and not just go immediately onto Twitter and say, yo, everyone, I just bodied a person. So I understand that from a performer's perspective and from a commitment perspective, it's quite a lot to ask of someone to say, right, put your battling career effectively on hold for a few months while you perform exclusively for us. Or at least while you're performing for us, you've got to keep it, you know, fucking zipped. But in terms of that first round, that's an interesting one because I don't remember that first little bit from Kingslee. Again, it wasn't working for me, that first little bit from Kingslee. It seemed to take a long time to get to the point of him basically saying that he's the reason why girls don't go to events. I wish the payoff was a bit more. So that one's kind of a pick your poison type first round deal, if you ask me. I'm going to reserve judgment for the moment.
Scouse pride.
Scouse pride. There you go. See, he's a funny fucker.
Yo,
Just comes back in with a comedy.
In school, I was something of an entrepreneur. How much money did I make? I'm not even sure. See, I was the guy to come to if you wanted Lucozade, crisps, chocolates or more. Whatever you need, I guarantee I stocked in my store. I was the guy. Oh shit. Couple sellers seen how my profits had soared. They tried to knock at the door, started offering for war and got rocked in the jaw because I had prices that'd make a man drop to the floor untouchable. You were the kid who got charged astronomically more. Just picture it. He sees me sell a toffee kiss to me boy Degs for 50p. His eyes are lighting up. He's looking gosh darn thirsty. He's like, yo, can I get one of them, please? I'm like, yeah, man, no probs. £1.30. He's like, but you just sold it to him. You calling me a liar? Oh, would you look at that? The price price has gotten higher. By the time I let him go, he's given me a $5. for which he received half a dairy milk and minus 1 lighter. Just don't be trying to get comfier because it gets uglier. This I'm playing, look at them tits. You're my best customer. I could always tell that the kid's eager. If he says he's cold, it's because he's built like a fridge freezer. Yo, your annual spend on food could power the whole country. It's like 1 minute, bro's hungry. Next minute, go for me. Yo, he should have never chose the brawl. He's got an Oprah tall. He's not just broke, he's small. He's got a head like a motherfucking bowling ball. Yo! That head is gargantuan. That head's gonna develop a head of its own and start battling. I said that head is gargantuan. That head's going to develop a head of its own and start battling. And that ain't an act you can follow. That head remembers what happened tomorrow. Yo.
And I like this because I think he probably sensed in a moment in the middle of this round that it wasn't quite going. It was like I say, in retrospect, I remember this being funnier than it is. And the crowd seemed to not be fucking with it quite as much as I remember them being. But I think he's sensing that, and he's switching up the style a little bit and emphasizing the delivery more than the content, which again we're supposed to be mindful of. But at the same time, I respect the fact that he's got a lot of crowd work craft going into what he's doing right now, which he's just maybe breaking off the attack a little bit, pausing, emphasizing the comedic element of it a bit more, selling it a bit more. It's clever. It's good.
Yo, that ain't an act you can follow. That head remembers what happened tomorrow. I'd hit him with a weapon, but I don't want to chip this crowbar. That head has got built-in sonar. Stupid shit, man.
Yeah, that is dumb. That is dumb. Amor likes it though.
Yo, that head's got its own theme song written by DoeJoe.
Okay, that's just random as fuck, but sure.
Yo, that head's got its own theme song written by DoeJoe. It comes with its own string quartet and a maestro. Yo, that head owns a little villa in Cairo. I once saw Carlton headbutt a rhino. Said I once saw Carlton headbutt a rhino.
What happened to the rhino?
What happened to the rhino? It died, bro. Rest in peace to Milo.
That's it. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I think I'm not sure how he feels about that round in retrospect. It felt like he was quite happy to be done with that round. But, I mean, because look, I think that's maybe more on the silly side that he probably would have. He went very silly in that one. He went very, very silly. And the biggest reaction he got there was the more technical bit where he was still silly. But, like, yeah, that's an interesting. Again, in retrospect, I remember this being. I remember that the selling sweets and the tuck shop type bit being a lot funnier. Weird, funny. I misremembered that. It's fine.
You know when I knew UK battle rap was dead?
Okay.
And he's clearly in desperate need of a GoFundMe.
Okay.
When this cunt got voted the 8th best battler in the whole country.
I would just say again, saying that while you're performing on a battle rap league, bold move from Carlton Shanks. Bold move. Oh yeah, do you want to know this thing you're watching right now is dying and you're an idiot for watching it? Yeah, you're right, click. Like you should, yeah, not a tight idea for people watching to effectively insult them for being dumb enough to still be watching this shit. Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Is this what it's come to? Back to the battle though. I just wanted to say
like that was an aside. Like you just wanted to take time out of just right. I'm just going to pause the battle for a second here. Fucking hell, isn't battle rap dead? And this guy is partly responsible for it. Like, okay.
8th. Fucking hell. Listen, we battled Red Bull.
Also, is it bad to realise I've just noticed that Carlton Shanks is spelt with a Z, not an S on the end? For some reason, I thought it was Shanks, like plural of shank, not Shanks. I think that's hard to say. Anyway,
Did some long scheme, and just to make it rhyme, told him he was incredibly poo.
yes, he did.
And you expect me to lose? You said that's your best battle ever. That's depressing if true. Maybe it's because you always spent 8 bars saying bullshit that you could have said in just 2. The only thing you've ever done is win Academy. Let's break it down so we can finally settle disputes. You beat Bard, Gaspar, Scomo, and Mado.
In his defense, winning the Academy is a pretty good accolade. Like, irrespective of who you beat, the fact that you go through a gauntlet and end up the winner is still... It is impressive, Carlton. I'm gonna disagree with you on that one.
As if that's the most treacherous route. I already beat Gaston Scomo, and both times I did it way better than you. Bard ducked me too.
I see. It's not just me, Yankee. Like, maybe it was a typo from Prem. I feel like Carlton Shanks on Twitter is Carlton Shanks with an S, not a Z. Pause. You can listen to my lovely music in the background, which you can hear. Do you know what's really annoying about that, by the way? The reason why it's sometimes mixed poorly is because I can't hear that music you're hearing right now. I can't have it fed into my headphones so I can hear what it sounds like. It's frustrating to me. I wish I could, because then I'd be able to hear how I sound and, you know, fix some of those problems in real time sometimes. But never mind. Let's just I'll tweet him. Right. At Carlton. Yeah, it's Carlton Shanks with an S. Prem. Dropping the ball with the graphics, lads. Make sure the battlers' names are spelt right.
Times, and I can show the evidence too. Mado. No offense, it's not even worth addressing the dude. But as soon as you battled the likes of Frost, Mackenzie, Grazza, Slester, you took so many back-to-back beatings it should be classed as domestic abuse. I've actually got strike. That's why I can talk saucy to this bitch. I'm Pepe Le Pew. You're a one-trick pony, and I've got way too many different weapons to use. I can punch more than the terrible twos. It takes guts trying to cut it with shanks like sepulchre wounds. You got baby for too long. That's why your level never improved. Just off delivery, I can tell he's stressing it's a C-section. Cause I'm a cut above this pussy, and he's just gonna have to stomach it. Like when the pregnancy's due. Listen, the whole crowd could say they rate you. I'd still say the entire populace is wrong. Cause I'm more base than anything that you cop at Papa John's. That's why I see things different.
Rewind, because again, I'm all for criticising everybody for every little thing.
That's why your level never improved. Just off delivery.
So there's me clearly trying to swallow something that I'm choking on.
I can tell he's stressing it's a C-section. Cause I'm a cut above this pussy, and he's just gonna have to stomach it. Like when the pregnancy's due. Listen,
and there's me about to be hit by a train, because I don't know what I'm doing there with my face.
Whole crowd could say they rate you. I'd still say the entire populace is wrong, because I'm more base than anything that you cop at Papa John's. That's why I see things different, like when the Oculus is on. You lost every round in Division 1. I don't get where this confidence is from. Dickhead fucked around and got burnt like he banged a dodgy bird and the condom wasn't strong. That's why your time came and went like a
I like how Kingslee listens as well. You notice that he didn't take the drink until the bar was back, because he's trying to listen, he's trying to see if it's good or not. I like that he acts aloof, Kingslee, but he's a student. I like it. He's very intelligent.
I have to spell it out for you. Anytime you face a bigger name opponent, you've actually died. You got to treat it like a sentence in the scene if you're trying to thrive. Because when you're writing for a name, you have to capitalize. Listen, maybe it's because
that's a good bar.
You just generically threaten to bat every. Maybe it's because you just generically threaten to bat every single opponent. Let me put this in terms you can understand. Listen, you fucking blitz. Don't ever get this shit twisted. You're just a comedian who's quick-witted. I'm quick-witted. Uppercut like a face-off. You'll get your chin lifted till my knuckles are imprinted. I'm just trying to break stuff like Limp Bizkit. And thunder's supposed to be struck, so it's intrinsic.
Nice. Okay. I'd probably have Carlton taking the second round in retrospect. I remember liking Kingslee's second a lot more on the day, but in terms of that execution, I think Carlton takes it. So, actually, going into this final round, I have it genuinely 1-0. I had Carlton... His stuff in the first was good, but he had the stumble, and it was noticeable. I also liked Kingslee's more irreverent style, but I think in the second round, it just stopped. It ran out of steam a little bit towards the end, whereas Carlton really picked up in the second round. So, I have it going 1-1 into the final round.
What's happening, boss? Let's talk about your battle with Frost.
Okay. I haven't seen this one.
You know what's going on.
I haven't seen it.
What's happening, boss? Let's talk about your battle with Frost. Because you spat your best rounds ever and still damaged your cost. He exposed the time Mickey put his dick in your mouth. It was hanging to watch.
So that's 2 times in the battle now where Kingsley has made Carlton lower himself down to having to resort to going, listen, crowd, right? Listen, no. I love it.
To which you replied,
Go on.
it weren't a dick, it was a dildo. And automatically lost. Dickhead, pussy, serial meat rider. Dickhead, pussy, serial meat rider. If I was as dumb as you, I wouldn't really like meat either. Do you really want to know why you'd be scaring the bitches? Because you don't know your limits. He's the type to blame his actions on the fact he got spiked. No, you didn't. Try that bullshit with me and this clown might regret it. The amount of times I've seen you unconscious at events is outright pathetic. But you're the type to fall asleep at a party, wake up feeling weak in the arse cheek, get a fucking shower, bro, you reek of Bacardi. Yo, it's Kingslee Thunder, bringing the best noise. It's Carlton Shanks, breath stinking of sex toys.
No need, man. No need.
I said it's Kingslee Thunder, bringing the best noise. Carlton Shanks, breath stinking of sex toys. People keep saying I'm sound, but I'm actually mad evil. Like, I'm the type to give you a henna tattoo with a smack needle. Now, I'm the type to learn Norwegian just to go Oslo and tell big dogs to attack people. I'm that evil. See, I'm from a place where most stories never add sequels. Coastal city, if no one fancied the hands, then we just scrap seagulls. But I've been travelling lately. I was just in America where the gat's legal and he clapped people. I'm talking mad eagles. I got me a bald head with a big kick. I call it Brad Friedel. I'm that lethal. I got me a bald head with a big kick. I call it Brad Friedel. I'm that lethal. Steady hand, I'm aim crazy. You're speaking to a killer, Wayne Gacy. I wouldn't want to stand in his shoes. After this, your family better grab some tissues, because I just can't let go of the scope. Yeah, I got attachment issues. I'm from Liverpool, bro. This one's for me peoples, where we might pop slugs because we rock with the Beatles. Battle Rap Pioneer, I'm moving like Sketch Menace. Nah, Northwest Legend, I'm moving like Les Dennis. Oh, I'm unorthodox, you better call the cops. I said I'm unorthodox, you better call the cops. I'll be at the park with the stick and I ain't walking dogs. That's crazy.
Fucking ridiculous.
You won't find me slipping if I'm with the boys. Sound technician, I bring the noise. I'm different, boy. If you're checking my glove box, you'll find some heavy stuff. If you're checking this glove box, you'll find some leather gloves. So don't be thinking that you're hard, because that image of facade, you said you're gonna kill me, but I'm thinking that you aren't. When I meet up with the boys, we're nailing Guinness at the bar. When he meets up with the boys, they're playing frisbee at the park. acting like you're from some mega shady hood. You from Essex, ain't it, bud? Where you residing, fam? It's like Spider-Man. That's a friendly neighbourhood. Fuck any little dope saying he'd win. When Carlton raps, it's like the Argos app, because after this, your whole catalogue can get thrown straight in the bin. Bro's taking the piss, try speaking with chest, get a blow straight to the ribs when it's time to pay. And Michael Bay, I put his whole frame in a spin. And while I'm on this scheme, donate to the pit, that's me.
All right. Little plug for the pit at the end, which I believe is now filmed and edited, and it will be released at some point. I don't know if I asked Briggsy on a stream about it at one point. I don't remember what he said about when it will be publicly available. It's got to go through festivals and stuff first. Anyways, so we'll watch Carlton's last round. But yeah, I think so far the lesson we've learned from Kingslee is that leaning very heavily on the comedy, has technical ability, bags of charisma. I think that's something that he has in spades over the competition of this particular group. But I think can have a tendency to lean too heavily on aspects of his demeanor that they carry him through. Is it enough to win consistent battles? Difficult to say. Again, in the context of a tournament, I know you've got to win to advance. But I think, again, his style, he wins people over. He makes people like him. And that inherent likability is something that you shouldn't take for granted if you're battling him just because you view yourself as technically superior. I think Kingslee has got a charisma that has to be respected if you're going to battle him. Anyways, final round on Carlton.
Right, let's go. So, major concerns. Lost the Academy final. But he battled Chiller fucking Jones. Then he disappeared from the scene. Showed out and did what he had to do. Bizzo lost the Academy semi-finals. Became the champ of the league. So many countless classics too. Vizual lost the Academy finals. Battled multiple top tiers, multiple belts. Scene's proud of you. You won the Academy, and your prize was flying to America to battle Bob Barker in front of 20 people 2 years ago, and it shit hasn't even touched 1,000 views. Bro, what the fuck is your win really amounted to? It doesn't matter whether Thunder stormed to victory, because they're the ones that reach a whole different altitude. Listen, you would say me comparing you to O'Shea is fucking amateur.
I think what might be costing Carlton a little bit in this battle is, again, the dispersions he's casting don't necessarily just apply to Kingslee. They apply to battle rap in general, the leagues. But the thing with that is he's just as much a part of it. Like, if you want to criticize Kingslee for not doing enough with the opportunities he's given, as that seems to be the point he's trying to make here, like, that's a self-own. That goes on him too. Like, you know, I don't know if this is if it's the killer angle he necessarily thinks it is.
But to me, you literally have no other character traits, and he still thinks he's original. Who the fuck are you kidding, bro? You can't pretend you're a beast just because you mimic goats. Now, recently O'Shea dropped off, but we ain't forgotten the classics that he's given folks. You thought you could take it and run with it like a...
Wow, he just came out and said O'Shea dropped off. That's harsh. Consider that, again, O'Shea's most recent, some say final battle, I'm not convinced of that, but his most recent battle against Kingslee Thunder was great. I thought it was fantastic. Like, dropped off. Strong words from Carlton.
Like a pick and go. But Thunder's clearly out of his element, and it's created a paradox you can't envision though, because trying to be a knockoff Osh is exactly why you've already missed the boat. Ooh. Listen, you need to set some goals, because I can't really feel the desire. People like you only battle so your name can be seen on a flyer. People like me only battle to make those people retire. Listen, you had your shot and blew it like a poisonous blow dart. I should get your corpse dropped off at a boneyard or the Ozarks, because I'm well connected like a flow chart. I mean, my last match was a murder. Like the term for crows. I made him look like a scrub. Since then, they barely even heard from Skull. Cleaner body than a germaphobe. But it takes more than one win to show that you deserve to grow. In the middle of a losing streak, you told Slester, Aretha Franklin, have I got to spell it out for them to finally put respect on my name? Listen, clearly this clown must have escaped from a circus show, because respect is never asked for. You have to earn it, bro. Instead, he's feeling like the world revolves around him. He's got vertigo. Listen, fuck these sport newcomers. Think they automatically deserve the big names and all the funds. I've been quietly consistent. Already had to prove myself more than once. That's why I've been on a stupid run, like Forrest Gump. And you're just another in a long line of victims. I don't care if you get mad, fam. I'll burst more bubbles than West Ham fans. Because I'm sick of this cunt cramming every single multi-syllable this guy can fit. Just spamming bars, hoping anything kinda hit. My punches are compact and explosive on some old school Mike Tyson shit. They think he's landing knockout blows, but there's something so fast even the eyes can miss. With you, it's always a big setup for weak punches, like the fight was rigged. Listen, you got charisma. You could be a star somewhere, but it won't happen rapping. You should go back to acting. Oh, you didn't know? He was on a show called The Graft, where he played the main villain. Now let me point out.
Graz's fault.
Now let me point out whether past of the Now let me point out whether past of the present, that's what you should have chosen as your master profession. Now, ignoring the fact I couldn't buy Disco Stew as a bully for even half of a second, he gave a kid a Glasgow smile, using a credit card as a weapon. That kid was left with a smile like the Joker's, because it was scarf and the stretching, and that's the only time you've been involved in a card and left a lasting impression. Listen, I'm someone that you couldn't even handle at your best, so putting Kings versus Shanks is a massive disrespect, since Shakespeare already showed you that it's guaranteed he's dead when I start stabbing at his flesh, then hacking at his neck, till I'm brandishing his head. Playtime's over. Now it's time to reenact what happened to Macbeth.
Okay. So, clash of styles to a certain degree there. And Kingslee, I think, on reflection, probably didn't do as well as I gave him credit for on the day. I think you'd be... actually, it's not interesting. You don't have to do this. But if you have time... I did review this event after I'd gotten home. Because I remember going to the event, being there, and I drove home. Got in a live stream. And just was like, okay, well, let's talk about it. So the fact that the perception of it changed to what stuck with me rather than what happened in the room is interesting. Again, on a watch back, it does change the experience. I still think Kingslee, again, you can argue with me about this. I still think Kingslee took it. I still think it was more entertaining. He made Carlton react more. He made the crowd react more. Carlton was undoubtedly the heavier puncher. And landed and really stuck it to Kingslee when he needed to. But I think the stumble in the first, maybe that just, again, that little bit of a disconnect with the crowd at times holds him back a little bit. But he is undoubtedly a ridiculously good battler. And I think Kingslee may have been a bit lucky that he had that stumble in the first, had the ability to be able to command the crowd throughout the course of the battle. Because I don't know... had that happened later on, would that momentum of the first round of Carlton have carried him further? Maybe. Difficult to say. So, yeah. I'd give it 2-1 to Kingslee. But as far as the tournament is concerned, you've got someone who is exceptionally well versed in terms of his comedy, stage presence. He has bags of charisma. He's intelligent. He has the ability to be topical, but also he has the ability to be able to be really, really whimsical and silly. And that stands him in good stead against the other three guys, because I think they don't necessarily have those same levels of charisma, and certainly don't seem to want to tap into the more fluid element of the battle rap performance. So, we'll move on in just a moment, though. However, because I've just guzzled down 1 litre of water and a black cup of coffee, I need the loo. So, I'm going to put this on pause. There's only a few people watching anyway, so I appreciate for you watching this live. I appreciate you watching this with me this evening. Again, you've probably got a million other things to do, so I appreciate you popping in and saying hello. So I'm just going to put pause, and then we'll be back in a minute to watch one DoeJoe. Excellent. My plan has succeeded and there is now no one watching the stream. Fantastic stuff. I can say whatever I want. Guilt-free. Although there is a comment from Mankey saying, is there supposed to be BGM? I'm assuming that means background music. Yes, there is supposed to be. And if I consult my... There is background music. So, anyways. Let's move straight on. We've been going for 2 hours already because of the initial no loose chat link. So let's move on. Let's get DoeJoe up here. DoeJoe is the bit of a wild card in this one for me because he could be really, really good. He could, on the other hand, come across as a bit inexperienced. We really don't know yet. So let's pull up DoeJoe versus one Lord Bentner. Whenever it wants to fucking load. There we go. Let's go. Pretty, please? Thank you.
Wagwan people, this is your boy Drops. I am the plug. This is Premier Battles. If you're in the building, make some noise. Alright, so on my left hand side, you not seen him before. Make some noise for Lord Bentner, man.
And on my right hand side, you already know who it is. It's DoeJoe.
Listen, this battle, there's £400 on the line. Winner takes all. Got the money right here.
A weird number, but sure. 400 quid's on the
Lord
line.
Bentner, let's go.
Everyone hold it down, hold it down.
Draw in the front row. Yay.
Yes.
When we set these battles up, you know I never mention fees or money, so please, don't think this is me getting funny, but I've got to ask.
Okay.
Is this a joke?
No.
Because this ain't what I had in mind when you said next time, Steve, I'll give you dough. No. I should stay calm, manifest, work hard and wait for it, but this shit got me feeling out of pocket, and now this prick got to pay for it, so allow me to introduce myself. Nah, fuck that. You already know the name. You're the one that's speaking it. He said he wanted to see the best of Bentner. Well, now you get to be in it, because we got money on the line. So I just need to let the opposition know that aim's been to kill you for the cheese ever since you made that proposition, Joe. Because I've really been in training for this battle. So it's nothing for me to be stood in front of a dojo. Again, I knew I'd have to spit fire for this one. So I spent my time studying yoga. Flame. Since while you're planning what to practice, I've been putting into practice what I plan. Because there's a difference between being a fan favorite and being seen as the scene's favorite fan. We started moving backwards as soon as the rappers started clapping for the stands. Because you're just a fan who turned battler. Well, I'm the man who came and turned these battlers into fans.
Interesting concept. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. Again, y'all are watching this, so maybe y'all can intercede on this, because I have no real strong feelings about it. Again, it's leveled as a criticism whenever a guy comes in and is, you know, oh, you're just a fan who's now here. Like, I never get, like, if the idea is you're a fan, therefore you can't be as good as me because I didn't care about it except for the fact that I'm really good at it, that's why I do it. Okay. Passion is not an indicator of quality. Again, you get a lot of football players that grow up in the areas where they support teams and break into the first team all the time. That doesn't mean that, oh, you grew up a fan, you must be shit then. Like, I don't understand. It seems to be something that battlers go back to the well for a lot, and I don't really get that as far as it being a criticism, because the other thing as well is it sort of denigrates fans in a weird sort of odd way, and I'm not a fan of it.
You getting beaten to submission. I'm going harder than your funny shit. I really came to snap on though. I'm Okada with the money clip, so fuck you. And anybody that you're fucking with, they can catch the same treatment. Straight beating, face leaking, grave sleeping. Because if I said I put dough in a box, I was not talking safekeeping. See the biggest mistake you made?
Let's go.
I was not talking safekeeping. See, the biggest mistake you made was thinking you could take Steven. Now Doe's counting a loss because he couldn't break even. Well, I put 100 up front and I'm taking 300 home fast like a loan shark. All because Doe got washed. It's like I got you watching Ozark. Because while my battle career got off to a slow start and you rode in on the hype from all the higher tiers in this, it goes to show there's a cost to being young and you can't put a price on experience. It's Bentner.
That's one of Bentner's best rounds ever. I've heard of him. Heard from him. That was really good from Bentner. Tight, concise, eloquent. Had a couple of good bars in there. Good stuff from Bentner. It's a good bar. Now let's see what DoeJoe can do about it.
What makes you think the man's safe? This is Prem, but no, right now we're on the URL and I'm about to get the Jazz face.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that's the reference that it helps me, I guess. Jazz is on the other side. I think she was, I forget what event she was over for, but she attended this event because she was booked on another Prem card at one point. I seem to remember. I know she battled... Oh, man. I forget. I was kind of out of the loop during this period because...
Alright. Let's go, Doe. She ain't even settled yet. She just got it.
Right, come on. Let's go.
Let's go, bro. So I've done a couple clashes now. They're like, Joe, what have you got next for your targets? For this one, I've got to take it back to where it all started. I'll pass.
Right, so I'm going to pause because David's in the chat. Hi, David. So just props to Anki for repping the whole stream, by the way. Props to David for showing up. Appreciate you as always. If you're in the stream, by the way, and you haven't commented, comment so I know you're there, so I can not ignore you. The t-shirt gimmick. I feel like we've done that now, lads. If you want to turn up in the t-shirt, that's fine. If you're going to reveal something as a piece of apparel during the battle, I suppose that's fine too. But the t-shirt thing, we've kind of done it now. I think we can move on past it.
First crossed here. Short Circuit 1 is where I started noise, although your hopes of beating me are about as real as Marty Lloyd. I made classic tryouts, quick dubs with Quick and Dub. You got shoulder barged, then short circuited in a match that you asked for. He isn't tough, give it up. You bottled it, botanist, nip it in the bud. Let's go! Because the way you market yourself is unusual. Because you keep saying short circuit shit, referring to you being with us newcomers, and that's not suitable. Now I'm not saying you're him, but that's like
on the back of the
came back to URL and was...
Okay, I'll retract a bit of that statement because he's got the fan written on the back of the t-shirt. Okay, considering that Bentner had basically a portion of his round allotted to this criticism of him being the fan, and now he's owning it, wearing it like armor as the Tyrion Lannister line goes. Okay, I take it back. I quite like the t-shirt now.
Like proving ground shit. The Crucible! So why would I now fear Steve? You're a man in your late 30s trying to seek validation in a tryout series. And that's why I'm burning through this performance tonight. I'll put you on the bench and then have that bench memorialized. I'm trying to end all the... And that's why I'm burning through this performance tonight. I'll put you on the bench and then have that bench memorialized. I'm trying to end all of your hype. It ain't funny when you get hit with a double axe. Morecambe and Wise, what?
Second grab of the stream. Tech just...
I'm about to catch a homie in this. I love you, bro, but don't touch your arm, body and shit. And that's why I'm burning through this performance tonight. I'll put you on the bench and have that bench memorialized. I'm trying to end all of your hype. It ain't funny when you get hit with a double axe. Let's get dark. Lord of the Flies, the grind. Lord of the Mics! Because there's a couple of things we need to address before this ticks on. Like, how have I had Battle of the Night on every card that you've been on? Because you are UK Battle Rap's abscess and all you've got is fat strength. Oh, but now you're pounds lighter. You were so stressed for this battle that I cut you down at length. So what now, Steve? You want the smoke? Well, pop round, Steve. I mean, I'll really get at him. When I rock down, Steve, you were never gonna win. This battle's a clear example of be careful of the energy you bring, because you did a video saying it's long for me and that I am dead. Is this some type of test? Let's go. I'm looking around and I'm not dead.
Astutely
What
observed.
makes you think this is even out? You've done 2 separate rounds where you read your opponent's body language. Instead of reading someone's body language, learn how to read a crowd. You're going to pull out every trick. I mean, what are you not going to do? Talking about Lee being a fan, no shit. That's obviously true. Yeah, I had to muster the courage. My bravado and anxiousness have been clashing together locked in a room. But you know what always gives me the biggest confidence boost? Bodying you. Let's go. It's a duck quicker than autocorrect. And you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, good first round. That again against a Bentner that is as good as I've seen him in the first round. So dynamic, resourceful. With regards to the t-shirt, I think that again. The thing with DoeJoe is I think about a lot of young guys and certainly some more slight guys is when they start talking about the whole I'm going to cut you up with the big knives and the swords and the gunny guns and whatnot. I think the body language lets them down just that little bit. It comes across as gimmicky when it doesn't need to. However, the execution and in terms of the content of that round, brilliant, excellent stuff. Really happy for DoeJoe for the tiny little moment there. It was a blink and you miss it, but otherwise, well executed. Let's see what Bentner's got in response.
There's a thin line between just a lot of banter and proper slander. And I promise, cross that and you'll go from us D's friend to his doppelganger. So it's fuck you and this whole supposed class you claim.
I'm going to go ahead and assume that that's the second time he's done that based on the fact that people repeated what he said. The editing is something that Prem need to be cognizant of to make sure that we're not missing out on anything.
You're all just novices and amateurs. It's my train of thought really pushing the platform forward. You're all just followers and passengers, embarrassments, just talentless journeymen in a world full of champions and challengers. You woke up this morning fucking shit, and on your way here fell into a bottomless pit of averageness. Because you are the absence of charisma, a boy born of vapidness. You don't even like the rapping. You just follow battling for the bullshit and narratives. You're just a receptionist. All you do is connect calls. Well, I connect on conference calls with your managers. See, compared to me, your life's going about as well as, well, all of my marriages. Because you're just another failed film student who couldn't catch an acting gig and your failure followed you into battling because you can't deliver your lines well no matter how much you've practiced it. You're not even an original. I feel like I'm rehashing my previous matchups because I've already battled the best failed actor in the scene. When I batted Gas Buff. So more important than playing to your strengths, understanding the extent of your limitations matter because you tried to act off with Hulk, which he knows sold because you really lack that intimidation factor. But it perfectly illustrated why he'll never make it as a great actor because how's he gonna break me down when he's so weak he couldn't even break character? Because you're desperate to be involved. So I'm surprised this went ahead because the guy's the type to try and to show solidarity by... Because his guy's the type to postpone the battle by showing solidarity with the writer's strike. You're a dickhead. That's why you and I, whenever we play side to side, is like for like, because I'm trying to take home the whole fucking pie. Well, you're content with just a slice of life. You're just happy to be here. Glad that you made it. That's why when Trump said, guess who's next? And I said, I don't want no insinuation. Show me. I knew exactly who he meant when he said 2 words. Participation trophy.
Okay. So, again, consummate professional performance. I see a lot of comparisons in my own mind between Sam Hypes and Lord Bentner. Both of them have decent execution, decent material. It's just that maybe they just, I don't know, they lack that distinctive factor, that defining element about themselves. Even if you want to criticize DoeJoe for various things, I don't think there's any mistaking DoeJoe for anybody else. He is quintessentially himself. So that's all I would say. So again, solid second round. Let's see what DoeJoe's got in store for us.
Tech, you said something about white ash against villain, right?
Facts.
That's why I'm leaving him burnt to the floor. Kept talking about being a receptionist. I don't work there no more.
Which is something Bizzo has to deal with a lot, I think. Bizzo gets, like, he worked in a hotel, and people keep bringing that up, even though he hasn't worked there in years.
Shut up! Daddy! This should have got called off. I mean, the man don't want it.
like bald spots. Come on, man. And speaking of one thing, you tweeted a pic of a Warhammer set saying, divorce number 2 got finalised. I'm hoping that's the last time I have to do that. Anyway, I went and got myself a new box to make and paint. What a waste of space. Sadder than Amazing Grace. You then tattooed an X on your ring finger as a reminder not to make the same mistakes.
There you go.
Hold it down.
As a reminder not to make the same mistakes. The bloke is tragic. If I were you, I'd be so embarrassed. You don't have to get tatted. Maybe just, I don't know, don't get married. And that's why they sent him here to die. Went from X's on his finger to X's on his eyes. You think this is someone I'd let slide? Oh, but that's the 5th battle they've been mentioning my ex-wives. Then pussy, stop mentioning your ex-wives. Take this one message as a life lesson. You let a 24-year-old give you life lessons. And I can turn this life lesson to a life sentence. Oh, feed him to vultures or make him start breathing in sulfur. He's not a danger. This sordid failure thinks he's Corey Taylor. Watch me coordinate your fate. I don't respect Bentner. I respect Bender. I'm not sorry, player. Get laid wasted. I would Oppenheimer this whole venue right now if it meant you trade places.
Wow. Okay.
Get laid wasted. I would Oppenheimer this whole venue right now if it meant you trade places. You've been battling for 7+ years and you're still in the same spot. You must have been off the square because you were looking brainwashed. Watch me pull up outside his yard, black and white face paint on. Burn your whole house to cinders because what's the Lord to Lords of Chaos? He's gonna need consoling because this is where the game stopped. All I'm saying is, boy, stop. Hey, he's gonna need consoling because this is where the game stopped. All I'm saying is, boy, stop trying to play God to Kratos. I never.
I think that moment there is something that could undo DoeJoe. Is something like that little flex is something he's rehearsed because he reset to hit it again. There are guys who will be much more... Angie's come back. Hi, Angie. There are guys who can more effortlessly and organically exert themselves in a battle without having to rehearse specific moments. I get why. It's to give yourself a physical cue of sorts so that you can it makes memorizing your lines much easier. However, I think you don't want to give away too much about the fact that it's... What am I trying to say? You want to be able to react and respond in a moment. Again, I try and set it up here in that same way. I'm trying to... Angie, I've had my dinner. Sorry for leaving. Angie, that's no excuse. How could you? Listen, I stream for 4, sometimes 5 hours. It's not acceptable for you to leave. Like, you join us. You're in us for the damn... So I'm just joking. I was actually mildly excited there for a bit because I managed to get the 0 back, and I was like, oh great, now I can just cut loose and say whatever without worrying about boring people away. Now I've got to try and stay interesting while you're all watching, so no pressure. Anyways, back to DoeJoe. There's nothing wrong with the rehearsal style that he's implementing here. I'm just saying though that for me, you've got to be careful when you're utilizing that kind of, because it really telegraphs the fact that you could put him off his stride. Again, he's being very aggressive in this round and it's working for him, but an opponent that is maybe more adept at derailing an opponent might cause problems for someone like DoeJoe. He's feeling himself, though.
Watch me pull up outside his yard, black and white face paint on, burn your whole house to cinders because what's the Lord to Lords of Chaos? He's gonna need consoling because this is where the game stopped. All I'm saying is, boy...
Angie, let's be honest here. I'm as interesting as a church pew. We're here to watch these guys do their thing, and the only thing I do, I do it okay, is occasionally I might ask a semi-decent question. That's why, again, frankly, this is an interesting an interesting group. I'm just really sad I don't have any of them on to talk to any of you. I'd have loved to have had any one or all 4 of these gentlemen on tonight, because I think they would have given great interviews, considering that all of them are considered favourites for the tournament. It's a damn shame I couldn't get anyone over the line. I'm really disappointed for you, because if I'm a fan, that's what I want to see. But anyways, DoeJoe.
Stop trying to play God to break his arms. I'm never out my deck. LB better make sure he's in for a penny, because I'm in for my pounds of flesh. I am out for wreck. If you move house again, then I'm outside your window. And you better come strapped to the side like Malcolm
You don't,
X.
Angie. You're fine. I love it. I love the comments.
Keep going! Keep going!
I think the other thing I would say about DoeJoe is that his energy levels, he's clearly amped up, and that's great. I think sometimes he needs to command the audience to him a little bit more. He's quite keen to placate and sort of, in fact, juxtapose him with Quicksilver. Quicksilver feeds off the audience, but he still stays very much in his own performing element. I think DoeJoe, he's sometimes too aware of the audience. He needs to command it a bit more. He needs to bring them to him a bit more.
The Clash will say Premier Battles now presents DoeJoe versus a lousy threat. Watch him get old school beats in a battle. Give him something for free like Tourette's without regrets. Quickly bag him, instant tagging, house arrest. And on the record, your whole vibe's pissing me off. Everything you say and project is I'm doing the hippity hop. We've got the message. Now I'm out here battling Benny P's sloppy seconds. No scotch, but he's hitting the rocks. I'll throw him into the docks. Get filled up with so much blood and water. It will make the normal human body jealous. And they're out here like, let him cook. You're gonna stand here and really talk to me? That's your plan? Candyman, think it's sweet. You get a hook. Right now he's wasting his thunder. Funny you like Warhammer when you paint by numbers round.
Okay. There you go. I have it 2-0 DoeJoe. So there you go. Look, again, he's got great disposition, great work rate. His writing's good. Like I say, I think where he needs to work on is just that little bit more stage presence and charisma to bring the crowd to him. And maybe some elements of his projection. I think, again, where Gasbuff has excelled recently is that distinction of enunciation and that sort of that commanding element of his performance, which I would say that a lot of other battlers have to varying degrees. Some excel, some don't so much, but they make up for in other ways. DoeJoe, the way he makes up for his stage presence is very much a case that his writing is good, and he can, again, he's not afraid to go after, again, in terms of the personals. Now, I know that that's become kind of a weird thing. Like, personal stuff isn't really brought up in battle rap anymore, and that's fine, so long as it's not to the detriment of the entertainment. But there's something to be said about writing for a battler rather than just limiting your material in a battle rap to the person's name and the stuff they've said in previous battles. Like, I feel like, again, part of the element of battle rap, you are opening yourself up to any level of criticism, and I appreciate DoeJoe for touching on some things there that may, again, it could get him heat if done incorrectly, but he's executed it about as well as anyone could expect. 2-0 DoeJoe so far. Anyways, let's see what Ben's got for the third.
I just came to tell this fucking mum to suck his mum. Through a metal straw. Preferably a rusty one, because you're walking around like Ronda Rousey before she fought Holly Holm. He's already dead, he just doesn't know that he's dying. Because when you sent that send to Trubs and he went, yo bro, this is dope. DoeJoe, he was lying, because I heard a lot of shit he sends in my time, and this may have actually happened to be the worst one, because it sounded like you wrote to 2 different beats concurrently, and then wrapped it on a third one. And what's worse, son, is it was unprovoked. With Christ as my witness, I was at home just minding my business, but I will never let a challenge slide. So I just set aside 5 minutes to highlight the difference between fresh and sanitized. See, all those awkward attempts at performance only help to inform us of your lack of presence. But you unironically rap ironically, so I don't know. Maybe that's the intention. You look like someone trying to rap in the session while doing a body snatching impression via astral projection, but you just look like you're clutching at straws. Well, I'm someone that really grabs the attention.
Okay.
Because I stick to the KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid, and watch it pop off later. While you like to Cause only someone as stupid as you would try and act this clever. See, the truth is, dude, all I do is rap this better. You couldn't match patterns, whether it was hip hop, grime, or acapella. Even put my name on drill like Black and Decker. Playing it. See, the truth is, dude, Joey. See, the truth is, dude, all I do is rap this better. See, the truth is, only someone as stupid as you would try and act this clever. See, the truth is, dude, all I do is rap this better. You couldn't match patterns, whether it was hip hop, grime, or acapella. Even put my name on drill like Black and Decker. Playing hangman, you would never catch a letter. You get caught in mousetrap while I snatch the cheddar. We can get these hands wrapped in leather and scrap forever, but you'd rather spar and dance like capoeira. You're a pussy, you run away from Nash and terror. I'm a bad man, I will really smash your Bella. Once I'm done, I'll throw her in the trash and tell her I only fuck twice if they're bad. I'm trying to shag Cruella. Steve-O's dropping. Only someone as stupid as you would try and act this clever. See, the truth is, dude, all I do is rap this better. You couldn't match patterns, whether it was hip hop, grime, or acapella. Even put my name on drill like Black and Decker. Playing hangman, you would never catch a letter. You get caught in mousetrap while I snatch the cheddar. We can get these hands wrapped in leather and scrap forever, but you'd rather spar and dance like capoeira. You're a pussy, you run away from Yash and terror. I'm a bad man, I will really smash your Bella. Once I'm done, I'll throw her in the trash and tell her I only fuck twice if they're bad. I'm trying to shag Cruella. Steve-O's dropping his jackass. Bam Majera. With a lariat from hell with my Stan Hansen era. I'll go upside your head with a cap. I'll go upside your head with a sarsaparilla. Put you in the wheelchair and body slam the carer.
Okay. Going after the carer says it's there for some reason. Fair enough. Again, it's so difficult to pin anything on why I don't have him winning these rounds, except for, like I say, it's just missing some X factor in terms of I mean, he had to restart twice there, which isn't great. It's just he's just missing that slight X factor. I'll have to mull it over. I'll see what DoeJoe has for the third, because maybe he takes it. But yeah, like I say, he's just missing. He's missing something. Is Bentner?
You said that dance. Hey, you said that dance around the punches like capoeira.
Yes.
Bamalam said that punchline. So this is where you get torched, and then you said you put your name on drill. I'm about to get sturdy on your dead corpse. You couldn't beat me a cappella or laid on wax. What is this amounting to? I changed the altitude. Now the dude just makes me mad. If you say something to me, make sure you never take it back. Like kleptomaniacs. When most people click on a website, it says accept your cookies. With Steven, it comes up with a pop-up that says accept your pussy. Oh, but it's the violent Lord Bentner. It's the violent Lord Bentner. The only time I want to hear you talk about bringing a weapon through is seppuku. Metal and hip hop. It's seppuku. The only time I want to hear you talk about bringing a weapon through is...
Isn't it pronounced seppuku, though? I feel like it's... or seppuku. I feel like that's the... Yeah, Angie, this is the thing. One of these days, and I hope I can find someone to adequately articulate the things I can't from a battle rap perspective. I am not a writer. I'm not a live performer, not a singer, not a musician, not a comedian, not a battler. So I have zero references to what it takes to structure a round, a bar, a scheme, nothing, okay? If I rhyme or rap, it's that basic, I'ma say one thing and then say another. Oh, you are so ugly and so is your like, it's that eye-rollingly bad level, right? So I am not able to tell you, technically speaking, what is going on here that leads to this disconnect I'm feeling. All I can say, though, is out of the two of them, I feel inherently more of an impression from DoeJoe and the stuff he's saying than Bentner. It's not through the fact that I think Bentner's bad. It's just that for whatever reason, DoeJoe is resonating more through certain aspects of his performance. And that's what I'm kind of saying with Bentner. And I said this about Sam Hypes the other day. It's not that they're bad. I think that the foundations are there for a good performer. It's just that they maybe lack something that is quintessentially them, that allows me to relate to them or understand them or comprehend where they're coming from as performers, as acts, I guess. You know, their gimmick, as it were, is kind of bland. You know what I mean? And that hurts them because it means that a lot of what they're saying lacks that emotional context, or at least that intellectual context that allows you to, again, Kingslee is funny and irreverent. DoeJoe is, again, a fan, but he's a student and he tries to amalgamate a lot of different things into his style. Vizual is a writer and he is a very aggressive and very punch-heavy battler. You know, these are things that you can say categorically about these guys. Bentner at the moment, I think what's losing him this battle more than anything is the fact that what is Bentner? You kind of go, I don't know. He's good. Yeah, but what is he? How would you define him as a battler? You know what I mean?
Metal hip hop purist, I bet you're the MF Doom of Weatherspoons.
MF Doom of Weatherspoons.
The stuff I put into these lines, a different drive. Of course, I'd get into AMG mode. We're in the engine room, Steve McSween. I bet you're the MF Doom of Weatherspoons. The stuff I put into these lines, a different drive. Of course, I'd get into AMG mode. We're in the engine room, Steve McSween. Get an attitude and curl up quicker than the hair on Easy E. He's gonna need ECGs because his heart rate will sound like D&B. They weren't waiting for this. I had to supplement it like creatine. And yet you're full of chat, pussycat. I don't have no major concerns, so bring that Team Flawless bully back. Because if you guys haven't seen Bentner versus Major, it's an absolute car crash. It's worth a clip. Both teams are getting aggy, get on each other's nerves a bit. You guys were damn near giving Briggs PTSD. They're trying to battle, stop the circus shit. And right now you're experiencing fire for the first time. This is really short circuit shit and I am murking it. Both you need a tourniquet, natural body. See a herbalist, exit wound, made plenty room. He struggled nursing it.
He's connecting with the crowd a lot more as well.
Short circuit shit and I'm murking it. Both you need a tourniquet, natural body. See a herbalist, exit wound, made plenty room. He struggled nursing it. I'll make him buckle into a grave. Have LB looking like LD. When doctors give him a mask covering his face. I am in it for the long run. I'll make him buckle into a grave. Have LB looking like LD. When doctors give him a mask covering his face. I'm in it for the long run. Got like 6-7 problems on my brain, and you are not one. I'll leave you leaking and bleeding. Engine rooms, why do I want to give him a skin graft? It's appealing. But you said to Tony at the first event that you reuse your mosaic bar. What a snidey move. Reusing your own lines, that's the shit I don't like to do. So now it's genocide. Never mind, I brought my own bag. I guess I'll recycle too. You ain't a seasoned vet, you're getting salty. I did this for the respect and the poultry. I'm about to make a classic in bow, better roll deep. Yeah, you have a
It's not good for a performer when you've got someone behind you leaning past you to give daps to the guy who's killing you.
It's salty. I did this for the respect and the poultry. I'm about to make a classic in bow.
Oh, Angie's he needs more energy. Bentner, more energy. Maybe. Yeah, I think. Yeah, maybe. I think I look at Sam Hypes though and I deem him to have the same sort of issue in the sense of both of them have fundamentally good skills. I think though that both of them lack that sort of X factor, which isn't necessarily skill related. It's that, what are you? How do I relate to you? Or how do I understand you? Or what part of me allows me to resonate with you as a performer? Why should I care about what you're talking about and saying? It's not enough to make a good point or make, like, you need that that next thing that makes people want to hear what you have to say, rather than you wanting people to hear what you have to say. It's very subtle. And again, in this battle in particular, DoeJoe, even though I think his style hasn't been, I think it's fair to say, hasn't been as smooth as Bentner's delivery. Bentner's delivery has probably been smoother. But what he's saying, people are waiting to hear what he's saying next. They're eagerly anticipating it. And part of that is just the fact that he's already set out his stall quite well. But energy is probably an issue for Bentner. You're right, Angie. It's nominal, I would argue. It's not like he's like delivering it flat or baritone. But it's a factor. It's a factor.
Better wrong, D. Yeah, you have a little bark, but what have you got with it? What is a lord when I walk up to demigods and make them give me their god spirits? Round 3 done, start lining them up. I've got love for the circuit, but right now I am the plug.
There you go. So, that would be young DoeJoe. And I think the thing that's going to hold him back in this tournament, if anything, is the fact that he cares. He cares a lot about putting in good performances. He cares a lot about leaving indelible marks on people. He has worked hard to get a lot better. All I would say to him in this situation, if he ever sees this, is let your performances do the talking and focus on your opponent. Let the body of work speak for itself, rather than trying to stress at every opportunity how this battle is amazing and what you've done is amazing. Let that be the judgment of the people that watch you, because that will then start to recontextualize and shift how people view you. The more you tell people, I need to know what you think, the more they'll deny it to you. Trust me, I'll tell you now, I told people I really wanted these last few videos to do well because, hey, it's the last few videos and da-da-da-da-da, and the metrics are falling off a hill because you go, oh, now he wants us. It changes the power dynamic. Whereas if I tell fuck anybody, I don't care, I'm just going to do my thing, and I act as if I don't even know someone's watching, and I'm being genuine, and I'm putting forethought into just what I think is good, and what I think is going to stay, rather than what I think you're going to like, it has more staying power. And I think in the last battle that I saw him in against Frost, he struggled with that dynamic more than I thought he would, and as a result, he struggled against Frost. Frost was much more keen on harnessing that energy, rode the dynamics of the crowd a lot better, seemed to dominate the battle a lot more, and that's after battling back to back. So in that instance, Frost came out on top, despite the fact that he was at a disadvantage. So with DoeJoe, he's clever, he's articulate, he's fun, he has energy, he's youthful exuberance and enthusiasm are all great things. I think, though, he just needs to maybe command more attention by reining in some of his more enthusiastic tendencies and focus maybe more on his opponent and really dial in on dialing out the outside noise rather than welcoming it in. I think it doesn't help him in certain circumstances, but he's one to pay attention to because he could raise and lower a level. Like, he's not above raising a couple of clicks, as you've seen there, delivering a really good solid performance, but he's also capable of not showing up in on his best day. So we'll have to see what happens with DoeJoe. But anyways, that leads us to the final battler of the final episode of the final group, Hulk. And for this one, I decided to pick the most recent battle of his that I've seen and I was actually present for, which was Hulk versus Crash for the Protocol. Let's swap over. Once it loads, it'll load. God, my laptop. Jesus. Imagine what it's going to be like when my laptop doesn't run at 2 megapixels a fucking second. Right. We'll fast forward the intro.
As you should.
Yo, no loose chat. We active, yeah?
Yo! So this is Hulk versus Crash. Now, I was here for this. I was on the left-hand side. Don't remember Tony being on stage. Cool. I was down here on the left-hand side, stuffed away somewhere. I remember someone saying I should be on the stage for one of these battles. I forget which one it was. Big regret of mine. Wish I'd have been on stage at one point, but never mind. This battle I picked for 2 reasons. Number one, because like I said, again, it's a battle of Hulks I've seen recently. But secondly, this was a really good backwards and forwards type battle. I thought both guys gave really good performances, really solid performances. So it's round 1 on Young Crash.
I've seen this brother in a bally. I said if you bally up today, I won't fight fair. You too old to wear a bally, Hulk. Ask me why. Because you look like fucking Buzz Lightyear. And he gonna call me a nerd. But one of us is named after a comic book character. Pussy, where's your mannerisms? Hope might be a tough fight for some, but for Crash, bannerism. This is a public execution on the mains. This one might jeopardize my team bad. Long story short, you're done in this situation, jackass. And here's where you die to a mean crash. The way I fight in the street, and the way I fight in the ring, ain't the way I fight in the streets. Lads, hands mad. Sound like I'm E Honda slapping a speed fight. There's only one man in this building that think you tough right now. So keep the chat nice. Raise your hand too close to my face, and before you can blink, get slapped twice. Nitties get smoked when he's hit. They ain't crack pipes. You gonna lose the crash, then crash on the way home. That sounds like a bad night. Let's kick this off with some rules, NLC, because I'm on fuckery. If you don't want me to touch you, then you don't touch me. I guess this is hometown. This is my home league, and I feel comfy. My white boy get Bubba sparked, and it can get ugly. I noticed that your surfer battle had a lot more views than your Tony battle, which had me thinking, why ain't bro stay battling D-side? I mean, you say your Snoop's brethren, but ain't battled over here yet. Snoop, that's not how G's slide. You try to convince me you big OG. How? You the busiest worker in the battle rap UK, battle rap beehive. It's like you're stuck in some kind of battle rap debt. And that's why when it comes to the main card transaction, due to your credit, you get declined, pussy. I'm the best in my country. You exposed. You ain't even the best on your road, so we can't indulge in no king chat. For someone who's doing Snoop a favor, you need to win like you want that win bad. You can sneak a couple punches at the start hole, but we know the fight look different when Thanos decide to swing back. Pussy, name a time and a place. And my G's, name a time and a place. And my G's may ride. Stop starting drama over nothing. It's giving bitter BM vibes. How hurt your boy gotta get to make that Avenge team slide? Triangles over me, pussy. They better be TN size. You see your pallbearers? They ain't physically or mentally. You see your pallbearers? They ain't physically or mentally strong enough to carry you. I ain't even dropped the gun bar yet. The bars I brought just gonna embarrass you. We never disliked you for your stats or your attributes, but this battle gonna show why he needs to change his views and his attitude. So.
There you go. First round in. Nice and concise. Good. Crash was, again, I was pleasantly surprised by Crash's performance that day. I felt like he was tight, gave a good performance, was articulate, fun, threw decent hooks when he needed to. What surprised me was how well Hulk responded, which we shall see
They knew
now.
you'd want it, but didn't think that I did. So to answer everyone's question, I'm going to quote myself versus iKid. See, I took this battle as a favour. Snoop, you're my G for real, dude. But you benefit from the bringing like the hook Biggie was singing, because you're nobody till somebody kills you.
Let's go.
See, sometimes you need a setback to find your blessing. So if I was you, I'd just wind your neck in. I'll have him crawling off the stage trying to find his brethren. Make examples out of crash like driving lessons or 9/11. I'll make examples out of crash like driving lessons or 9/11. I admit, that's mad wow. But them fake setups remind.
I like how you just snuck in the 9/11 thing like no one was going to react to that, and no one reacted to that. Like, I very rarely criticize crowds for not reacting to certain things because I maybe understand something goes over their heads. You react to Crash's teach lessons like is it Crash's something like driving lessons or 9/11, and the 9/11 get slept on. Okay.
Me of your rap style. Name one person your sound effects. His name's Crash. Man's battling a sound effect. You help kids make food for a living. I sold food for a living. It's a certain life. You cook for a living. I cook for a living, and we both need the perfect knife. True facts when we rap are only certain right. Because half of these man can't have been bursting fires. I was really in the kitchen working with lifers while my trigger fingers itching, not dermatitis. You're in.
Let's go.
You're here to battle on the protocol. I'm here to collect bills, they knew the protocol. They set you up for this, even though they know you'd fool, because you got no punchlines or quotables. When they're mentioning me, it's bars ridiculous. If I turn up on him, it gets dark and hideous. They know his punches are bait. After Philip, it's got him regretting his plate. After dinner shits, I don't need to hell a clip full of boys that don't know. I let that one sink in still. I don't need to hell a clip full of boys that don't know. I'll spin this Welsh prick with my voice. Tom Jones done know. I've been strapped since the umbilical. So when I walk away from Crash unscathed, it's not a miracle. I'll smack crash from here to next week. Man lives in the valley, he's never seen it get peak. He'll have you thinking he's a pimp in the streets. These times now his new favourite app is just Tinder for sheep. But you ain't even really from Wales, you Welsh prick. Probably tried to survive the ends and failed quick. Every time I ain't rep the West, I felt sick. So if it ain't QPR, then it's a Grenfell kit. Home of the race riots. First stop. Listen.
Bring that back.
I said home of the race riots. First stop for Windrush. Created carnival. The culture was always in us. You rep your ends too better than anyone else. Calls himself the Welsh gunner and he ain't even Welsh. Bro, you act like you've been around on the streets. But the fact is you're just a clown and a neat that studied the game down to a T. So you should take the C from your name and switch it out for a T. If I jabbed you, there'll be blood now on your teeth. I rap better than you in 2003. Since then, I've been penned and smoked thousands of trees. I don't ever rest. Listen. I said, since then I've been penned and smoked thousands of trees. Bro, I don't ever rest. What's a mountain to me? Lord knows we raw, so if you diss me, it better be in Morse code with doors closed. It's risky. Every event you bring the same raps, but they're asleep by the time you have an impact. Your plane crash. They knew in advance I would be slewing his dance, cause his bars don't match what his soul says. This is his chance to fantasize about arms. For him, this is live action role play. For me, this is therapy or something like confession booth. Like, God forgive me for the packs flipped and weapons used. Every time I need someone to forgive, they never do. Someone had to die for my repentance, so I guess it's you.
And that's the way this battle tends to air. Crash is coming in with like interesting stuff and fun stuff and, you know, a little bit of levity here and there. Hulk, the real rapper element of his Twitter handle, I should say. And having watched some of his music videos and, you know, read a lot about into some of his projects and stuff, yeah, he comes at battle rap and his music from a perspective of his real life experiences, which have not been always from a palatable place, and therefore it gives him this legitimacy and this confidence that is impossible to replicate. You have to... It's... Frankly, like, my confidence, if you want to call it that, it's not confidence, it's experience. I've lived through certain things that give me the confidence to speak on certain things or to conduct myself in a certain way because I have lived through moments that have forged that in me, and it will do you too. There will be moments in your life where you just go through it and go, it may look like it's chaotic or erratic or causes for concern on the outside, but I've done this. I know how this feels. I know how this goes. That's how Hulk performs. Hulk performs with a surety. That's not a word. Not surety. With a conviction that some battlers will strive all their careers to try and emulate, but you can't produce it. He produces it because he's lived it.
Because the devil shamed you for it because you've been to jail and work in the job centre to deal with people on a regular basis that if had the chance would pay for it. You will learn crime pays. And you get less time if you dress nice and talk good in court. I was taught a 9 to 5 diverts eyes, revenge never dies, and you won't go court if you can't get caught. See, that's why our records show a big difference. It's celebrated to be a big bitch and Hulk happier than fit women. This is where the clock thickens. Who's clocked in it? My life, his life, the whole bot difference. So comparing me to you, brother, stop bitching. I don't care about the guns and shit in your ends. Nigga, stop snitching. While you was in jail doing absolutely nothing, I was learning kitchen management, you know. Stop feeling, waiting for front of house to catch up so I could mop kitchen. That's why your baby mama still love my food, battles the music over yours, nigga. Stop kidding. Talking about that bitch, I heard his baby mama a freak. Big sign in the window which welcomes sex.
Hulk. Hulk is, again, the reason why I think he's... I can't remember who I gave it to in the end. I think I gave it to Hulk in the end. But one of the reasons why he's slowly winning points with me now is because he gets it. It's battle rap, man. It's just a performance. It's to coin a phrase that they use all the time for a variety of things that are and aren't, by the way. But it's... For the context of this conversation it's not that deep. So, yeah, he could get all right. How dare you do that? He's just going like... All right, fine, whatever.
Let your baby mama a freak. Big sign in the window which welcomes sex. She's a dirty talker. Got shot in a room full of niggas mid-speech like Malcolm X. She didn't get to finish what she was saying and got the hump shit. Luckily, she moved her head and got clipped in the ear like Trump did. Who you taking for a punk? Who's he taking for a punk bitch? Get punched quick. I'm talking to you as clearly as I can be. Man to man, I just don't see him as a mangy. If manning up weren't your plan A, you should have fed that bitch a plan B. You're a fucking nitty, bro. I can tell a customer by the glaze in his eyes. And tell your boy Sean I've got any bars that can lock down a crate till he dies. It's big crack. I'm here to cause an impact. Body shot, lung area. There goes his windbag. He's struggling for breath, trying to get his steam back. But when we say I don't want to hear no loose chat, pussy, I really mean that. Go ahead, ho. Swing first. Fuck it. Make my day. I'll throw counters over the counter. Make it sound like boss man chains. Over the counter. See, I ain't going to my bag and get to gun gripping. I'm gonna show you what cuz say, cuz is, cuz isn't. Fuck weapons. Krishna right there. We can glove digit. The next event they post for Hulk gonna have emojis of green hearts and doves in it. It's the dub, nigga.
There you go. And like I said, that's why I like this battle, because the back and forth is good. It's fun and it's levitus, but it's got its moments where it's like, okay, we'll bring it back. You know what I mean? So that's second round on Crash. Let's see what Hulk has to say.
I said, the doctors told me I smoked too much. So did my missus and my mother too. I said, tell me something I don't know, and then I rode another zoot.
Probably facts, yes. Probably.
Today they told me to smoke up. They still care about me, don't get shit confused. It's because today they know what I'm smoking on is this nigga's flipping boots. I said I'm scorching his soul in intricate places, but he hasn't seen his kerosene the bars have been laced with. Solace Hill's inner souls of broken youths. Soul lace hill, inner soul, I'm smoking boots. It's just ash bags and gelatin. It's just ash bags and gelatin if police took evidence, no skeletons. If it's beef, I cook Wellingtons. All these different boots, but when I said it's just ash bags and gelatin. If police took evidence, no skeletons. If it's beef, I cook Wellingtons. All these different boots, but when I look at him, all I can think of is the boot I'm about to put you in. Let's take a ride through the bits quick. No collision. Cracked mirrors on black bimmers. Broken visions. If the man them ain't gambling, then it's coke addiction. Didn't accept these terms under no conditions. See, I don't know wells. I just know scales and O-cells. OT trapping from hotels. Became a man in jail, I could never settle. Cooking in a separate kettle. Buying CDs off of Gemma Records. Oi, Asher. You already established the fact you rap about straps but never seen or had one. Oi, Asher. Your friends called you Crash Bandicoot because of your skin colour and you're the only black one. Oi, Asher.
TMR with a judgment on the
These are his fake friends. I said, hey Asher, we already established the fact you rap about straps or never seen or had one. Hey Asher, your friends called you Crash Bandicoot because of your skin colour because you was the only black one. Hey Asher, Chucky P fucked your little sister, you called him a nonce but they're exactly the same age. Hey Asher, if that was my little sis, he would have lost virginity and his life on the same day. I said my dogs chill now, but they've been stabbing shit since knee high. They bore faces, knees fives through North Faces, Levi's. If I let the dogs loose, I promise he won't sleep right. Only dog he's got around him is a £20 free five. Shall I give him the old Shall I give him the old Hulk? Shall I give him the old Hulk? Or kill him with new Hulk? Ill like a cold Hulk or sick with a flu Hulk. They act like they know Hulk, but they never knew Hulk. Your girl likes the red Hulk, but she's still blue Hulk. I tried my best to like you, but you keep doing shit that I could never do. You're from London, represent Wales, and you're in an American crew. You've had some tough battles, and the stuff said against you been ill, gruesome, but now you're up against a real nuisance, because them man rap about weapons, but now you're battling a man that really will use them. I've been known for having flickies tucked behind my ball sack. Had a said K before they was even called that. Ask in the end, they'll tell you we're known thugs. Used to melt lead pellets just to make my own slugs. And that ain't a brag, none of it's to be glorified. I had to stop burying straps and enormous wives, all for the love of my kids and my gorgeous wife. Anyone troubling them, that's where I draw the line. I'm 38 but still got 30 mates. I said I'm 38 but still got 30 mates who grit the 45. Sword to fly. Leave it. I said I'm 38, but still got dirty mates who grit the 45, swords to fly, leave them sticking in their mouth like a porcupine. Phone home, mask on, you won't see no talk online. Last thing is pussy niggas hearing is me call it time.
Boom. There you go. Yeesh. Yeah. Again, real stuff, man. Real stuff. And yeah, even though, again, I like the backwards and forwards. Yeah, again, on a rewatch, Hulk is just... Whew. Yeah. It's rough in there for Crash at the moment. He's given as good as he's getting, but I think Hulk is edging him in both rounds so far.
You don't think I can't get a little something? You really think we nothing? I seen you and your two boys, a bunch of bitches like Destiny's Child. Let's get this jumping. Yeah. If I was his pops, I would have told his bitch ass mama, dash that baby in the bin like Brenda. You are screw facing most events I see you at. Do it like you ain't doing what you're meant to. Do you know why I don't care about the UK battle rap community no more? Because I'm really at home putting work in community centres.
Crash. That hurts my feelings as a, albeit minute member of the UK battle rap community. I thought we were friends. You don't care? Hurts my feelings.
And you know what else I hate, bro? How's the big dolly on stage? The Welsh gunner, when there ain't no guns in Wales. Due to bliss ignorance, that's what the dumb say. But my hitman never played a first-person shooter in his life. But we still rank him top 10 in these gun games. My hitman never played a first-person shooter in his life. But we still rank him top 10 in these gun games. You say you've got a couple coppers in your pocket, it's chump change. Plus, only fans care about how much money the other cunts make. I ain't raving or bragging. I'll wait. I ain't raving or bragging.
Templar having a fucking seizure on the right-hand side there.
Only fans care about how much money the other cunts make. I ain't raving or bragging. I'll wait for some blamming. Put your mates in a spasm. The clarification of my red flag is the fact it comes in the shape of a dragon. Yeah. So what's a curtain, pussy? You ain't even felt the wrath of a dragon yet. On one hand, I'm 2 up. On the other, you 2 down. I told you I'm ahead of the ghost. No Baphomet. I've seen monsters before. I've seen 2 up. 2 down, I told you I'm ahead of the goats, no Baphomet. I've seen monsters before, and this one seems fitting. Him beat me, pause, plus that whole scene's fiction. I don't want to hear, that's crazy in the back of my battles. To you, my black tee look like a fan, right? To me, black tee look like a fiend twitching. His boy Mo ain't a problem. He got a problem. Identity crisis, which was exposed by Rivers in his own faction. I'm confused. Boys say he an activist, but I know he a pacifist. Don't you know what happened to the last activist that went on no action? Matter of fact, I'm going backstage after this performance and slapping up Michael. I'm Joe Jackson. Sir, anyone running for the exit? Fuck it, stop their fucking leg off. Barbarians wearing their vest, cool. I've had Black Ops 2. Tell the squad it's still 100 points for a headshot. Trump's still ducking. No, Trump's still ducking. Trump's still ducking. Nerve a chicken like a wing stop. I fight kid on cam like Cat Williams. Tell that midget Bracey that I spin block. Fuck you.
This is a very meta round from Crash.
See what squad still stands strong when all they did was try and do my team bad. Anyone say, any battler saying they done more for no loose chat than me, Tech, or Sir is chatting mean cap. What you gonna say? You beat Tech on Tone Flock in COVID. Pfft, you better relax. You want that to mean something? Come back and run my nigga his rematch. You a bitch.
No wonder.
Bitch. No wonder. You a bitch. If I felt any type of this way in this battle, I really would have aired off the last punch straight to his head. His phone no longer connected to his AirPods.
Okay. Yeah, very meta round from Crash on that one. Just kind of, yeah, taking his opportunity to say fuck you to absolutely everyone that came to mind. Anyways, last round on Hulk. Let's go.
I said I time bombs. You tick packs. I couldn't slide strong. Everybody,
you're being ignorant today.
I said I time bombs. You tick packs. I couldn't slide strong with 2 mismatch. You get rolled on, left with ribs cracked. I'll keep the coat on, but it's not big shot. And what's hiding got a frightening kickback. The sweets give him a fever, still been in the freezer. The gun's big black and it spits. I call that bitch Prinley the diva. I went from robbing niggas bareface in a staircase of Femfel to rap battles in Bolo versus Femfel. Everything I say flying overheads, but still sinks in like a chemtrail. Bro, you smell like armpits and roller. Looking like you listen to slow songs and shit with your coat on.
Random.
I said you smell like armpits and roller.
Random.
Looking like you listen to slow songs and shit with your coat on. I'm kicking off the door, don't let it prolong. You'll see him digest as I put the semi to his colon. Pause. I'm known in the rap scene. I'm known in the rap scene and the trap scene. Could say I'm washed, but niggas like you are just never has-beens. You're in a crew with Lizzie C. Smoking has a spliff to me. Surf got splashed and his wave never hit the sea. Bro, I've got little kids that rap because of me, it's crazy. And Surf's reach went as far as probably just crazy.
Going after everyone but
probably
Crash
went as
now.
far as just crazy. Your crews fuck the world, but it sounds cute for views. In reality, what did the world do to you? Are you jealous because you see man with kilos and G's? Is it because where there's cities you want to see loads of trees? Is it because they thought you loved you and you've been sold a dream? I can't lie, it all seems kind of emo to me. Well, I'll still drop bodies, bet they miss me though. I was ill shotting Bobby with a big ego. You know the life, right? I'm from an ends where there's open knife fights over stolen line bikes, and this is what you chose to imitate. The man left this behind for vacays and dinner dates. I've been from the bando to the boardroom, but a state's full of Jesus where we excel. I'll creep up in the middle of the night and take all of his P's like TFL. I don't like the way.
Oh, Transport for London. No one likes you and no one ever will.
I said I've been from the bando to the boardroom, but a state full of G's is where we excel. I'll creep up in the middle of the night and take all of his P's like TFL. I don't like the way that you rap. Standard, if he tries leave the venue, I'll rap. Man them, it's like I'm looking for survivors. Cause I'll pull up wherever crash landing. I'll body MCs from KOTD to 1 ounce. Then man thought that my legacy could get rubbed out. Thought I was whacked till they had to join the clubhouse. Popped up with the 38 like guess who's getting snubbed now. You've got the heart of a boy, you just act stronger. And if your bars had a point, I would have rapped longer. Time.
There you go. Hulk showing that there's still life in the old dog yet, based on the current perception of him. When I remember seeing some chatter on Twitter about the tournament, it's like, oh yeah, he's been around for and I was like, I'm not sure. And then I saw, I was reminded of this battle, and it's like, I wonder how it would stand up to a rewatch. And yes, sure enough, Hulk still putting in performances. I gave the last round to Crash though. Again, he had too much energy and he deserved a round in that battle. But I had Hulk winning that battle 2-1 on the rewatch, and I think it sets it up nicely because Hulk is the guy that's been there and done it, man. He's the one that doesn't need the accolades. He doesn't need necessarily to hook his wagon to winning the tournament and becoming the face of a fucking league. He's been there and done it, you know what I mean? But he provides a very stern test for 3 young men who don't need the name per se, but do need to come face to face with someone that's going to come into it with zero ego for the win, but ego for the performance. He's not going to want to be viewed as less than. He's going to want to come in and really provide a stern test for all 3 of them. So I think the barometer of this group is who can beat Hulk, and if any of them can beat him convincingly. Because I think he is going to be not fazed by any one of them. He's going to look at all 3 of them and go, well, I see your flaws, I see your flaws, and I see your flaws, and none of you have gone through what I've gone through to get to this point. You don't have the longevity or the stamina. So that's all 3 of them. So let's break down the group. Vizual, probably the favourite of the group. Kingslee Thunder, probably a close second, tied with Hulk. Depending, I'd probably edge Kingslee Thunder just in terms of, again, more recent accolades, in terms of more recent names, in terms of more recent performances. But then, again, Hulk and DoeJoe are going to be vying. But again, it's the dynamics. Can DoeJoe... Again, out of all of them, DoeJoe has demonstrated that he's willing to go the furthest in terms of the negative type of content he's willing to put out there. Hulk has the experience and the longevity. Kingslee has the personability and the charisma, and Vizual has the pen. If again, it's gun to my head time. and I'm picking it. Hylas is in the chat. Fucking hell. Leaving it later, Hylas. Hi, Hylas. It's unlucky. I think Hulk only started to become relevant in Don't Flop when they became irrelevant. He also never really had that many big battles, if any. And this is his big chance of redemption. I asked him about the tournament, dude, in my interview with him. And I don't think he looks at it as a redemption arc. He looks at it as... Why not? I think he's not indifferent to it. I think he just doesn't look at the guys in the group as a threat. Yeah, and I agree. Hulk's very decent, very capable, very good, relevant angles with that raw street talk. Yeah, and that's what I'm kind of saying is, if you want to say DoeJoe has Hulk beat in terms of technicality and in terms of how raw he's willing to get with content, Hulk has him beat in terms of the fact that he can look you dead in the eye and say, again, dude, this is what I come from. This is my culture. This is my world. You're visiting it. Like, who are you? You know, he'll have the ability to be able to test the credentials of each guy, not only from a battle rap context, but from a character context. I know he may not appreciate me putting it this way, but if there's such a thing as a gatekeeper in this tournament, it's Hulk, because Hulk is going to put these guys to the sword if they come at it with even an iota of that ironic irreverence that we sometimes like, but ultimately we think there's too much of it sometimes. That ironic, oh, isn't this so hard? No, I want someone that believes what this... That's why I love Bobby so much, man. Bobby is not ironically approaching any of the stuff he says. You know what I mean? Came from it, doesn't click. Yeah. Exactly, Hylas. Hylas, right at the end of the fucking stream with 3 very, very on-point comments. I couldn't debate you on either one of them. I think the person with the most pressure in this group is Viz. Viz is kind of expected to win this one and win it well because he's a former champion. He's been on a bit of a tear. He had a great 2024. He's probably the guy that Prem have the most investment in recently in terms of really getting him off the ground as a name and as a prospect into that top tier. And I think for the large part, they've managed that. It's just now, can he put it together on a regular basis throughout a group of not only his contemporaries, but guys who he might not have a bunch of material on. And that's what I was talking about earlier is Viz is a great writer. Can he write well when he's given limited material on a guy? How creative is he when he doesn't have a lot to work with? Kingslee, I think, doesn't need a good opponent because I think Kingslee is quite happy to let the spotlight be on him. And he's a natural entertainer. He's naturally charismatic. He naturally knows how to have a lot of fun. DoeJoe is the one that I have the biggest question mark over. Not because I don't think he doesn't have quality, and not because I don't think he has technicality and he's likable and he works hard. It's that I think he can be very self-critical, and I think he can be very keen on approval. I think he's still in that phase of his battle rap tenure where he's still looking for the kudos that he thinks he's earned but hasn't been given. I think there's a few guys like that in this tournament. Guys that, you know, and again, look, I'll put myself in this again because I like, if I'm going to make a criticism, I want to quantify it. The year where there were a bunch of nominations for Battle Rap Media of the Year, right? Wasn't even mentioned. And it's, yeah, because you said something we didn't like. And it's like, right, but I did more videos than anyone else. I interviewed more people than everyone else. I covered more events than anyone else. I did it more regularly than anyone else. What? I'm missing some criteria you didn't... and it frustrated me. But the thing you have to remember is, like, if what you're doing is just doing it for the accolade, that comes to define you. It becomes something that, instead of a carrot, becomes a stick to beat you with. When you let go of that predisposition of, oh, I'm doing it because I want the accolade of people saying I'm great, you let go of a lot of the things that can hold you back from achieving what you're really, it's possible for you to do. And I really think that DoeJoe, if he can shed himself of that same disposition that I've tried to and a lot of other battlers still need to, that'll give him the edge that he needs. It'll give him that air of legitimacy, that genuineness, that drive, and that forthright certainty that he needs and that he's maybe lacking a little bit at the moment. if we're gonna grade it, Hulk doesn't need anyone's fucking approval. He doesn't need anyone's fucking support. He doesn't need anyone's fucking affirmations, right? Kingslee is getting to that point, but he still relies very heavily on crowd disposition. Viz is probably the closest to Hulk in that respect because he's very confident in his writing ability and his ability to be able to come up with stuff that even if you're trying not to pay attention, he'll make you pay attention. Kingslee and DoeJoe are the two in this group who are going to ride most heavily on that support to get them through at the moment. Can they change that? Can they harness that? Can they adapt? Can they amend? Can they improve? Can they elevate? These are all questions that everyone's asking of themselves in this tournament, with the exception of probably Bobby, probably Peace Soldier, probably Hulk. And that's probably it. Everyone else is looking to elevate upwards. And frankly has to if they're going to get through to the next phases of the tournament beyond the groups. I've got to back Vizual and Kingslee as they're two of my absolute faves, and I look forward to watching their battles. Yeah, if I pick two winners out of the group, mate, it's Vizual to top the group with Kingslee. But the thing with that is, though, I look at it like... And I sincerely hope this doesn't happen. What I really hope never happens in this tournament is there's no crash outs, i.e. just straight up 3 losses. I don't want to see anyone get bodied in any of these battles, period. I certainly don't want to see anyone go 0 for 3. You know what I mean? It's difficult, though, because you think that someone like Vizual has the potential to beat all 3 of these guys. And I think then Kingslee has the ability to be able to beat DoeJoe and Hulk. Does he have the ability to beat Vizual if Vizual's firing on all cylinders? It's possible. I wouldn't bet against Viz in this group, though. DoeJoe is the one I'm most concerned with. Not necessarily because, again, in terms of technical ability, I think he's as good as all 3 of them. Yeah, and I think, look, the fact that Shotty was the one that endorsed Hulk, let's not forget, when they were talking about this stream and Shotty was in the comments, I don't know why Shotty wasn't on the live stream itself. I'm sure he was busy or something, but the fact that Shotty was in the comments with the rest of us schmucks was just like, okay, fair enough. But he was calling out Hulk as being one of the dark horses, one of those sort of, listen, man, don't sleep on Hulk. And yeah, Hot Take Hylas is saying it here, and I probably am inclined to agree with him. Hulk could very easily crash their party. I think DoeJoe will struggle, but I'm pretty excited for the challenge. I don't know if DoeJoe is going to struggle. I think, though, that in terms of if we have a statometer, right, we list out, we have the, battle rap top trump cards for this tournament. DoeJoe is the one I worry about the most because I think he's the one whose confidence, he's very confidence dependent. Kingslee, I think, has enough irreverence to shed that when he needs to, but it sometimes happens to him in the battle. Viz, though, and Hulk are the two that I go, they'll go into this not really giving a shit if anyone reacts or anyone cares. They'll know their shit's on point or if it isn't on the rewatch. So, if I'm predicting, I say Viz tops the group. I say Kingslee sneaks in at second, but I think it's going to be very closely by one of either DoeJoe or Hulk. I think it could potentially be a case that Hulk's style doesn't mesh with the other 3. Again, styles make clashes. And if those 3 guys decide to have that more humorous and irreverent, energetic style, it's going to make Hulk stand out. But could that be for the better or the worse? Difficult to say. Okay. Fair enough, Hylas. All I mean by struggling is struggling to get a win. It depends. Like I say, and this is how I'll sign off for this show, is there's a lot of guys I wish I could have had on to ask that question. So let's say DoeJoe was here right now. I'd want to say to him, let me ask you a question. You're dealing with one of the best writers Premier Battles and one of the best CVs Premier Battles has put together in recent years. You're dealing with a guy that's immensely charismatic and likable, hardworking, dedicated, and funny as fuck. You're dealing with a guy that's got more skin in the game, more reps, more mileage in the tank than anyone else in this tournament, with the exception of maybe 2 others, and those 2 are fucking heavyweights that you might have to deal with at one point or another. Can you raise your level to the requirement to get out of this group or go one step further and win it? And if so, how are you going to do that? For people like me who look at your style and maybe say, he can be a bit meek sometimes. He can be a bit unsure of himself sometimes. What are you going to do to remedy that? Because it's not enough just to have guys on and say, you're really great. And, oh, man, it's going to be so exciting. There are going to be people who look at some of these battlers and have prejudgments. I want to put those judgments to the battler and say, address it. You tell me what you think about that. You tell me why I'm wrong. Or if I'm right, tell me what you're going to do about it. Tell me how you're going to turn it from a weakness into a strength. Tell me how you're going to deny its existence to your opponents. Those are the interesting questions that I want to pose, and unfortunately I'm not going to get the chance to. So if this stream serves as anything, and I've done this for the last battle, for the last group, and I'll do it for this one, which is, let's talk about Hulk. Can Hulk stay contemporary? Can he still appeal to as broad and as young an audience as possible, while also winning the points that he'll need in the eyes of the judges in order to carry him further into the tournament? Or will the fact that he's so tried and tested hold him back? Because, listen, maybe he's not got much more in the tank. Maybe he's creatively, he'll be repeating, or he'll be coming back to things. Is he going to be leaning too heavily on the real element of his performances and forgetting the fun, entertaining element versus his competitors who won't? Can DoeJoe raise his level and deal with the fact that his criticisms are going to be about his supposed level comparative to his opponents? Can Kingslee overcome his requirements of needing to lean on his charisma and comedy? Can he be a bit more punch heavy? Can he leave his opponents in a more shock and awe state rather than just, roasting them on a regular basis? And can Viz live up to the hype? Because that's his biggest problem now, is he's hyped, he's known, he's got presence, charisma, he's got great writing ability, but now that's the level. We can't accept anything less. If you turn up and you are not the Viz we expect, that'll be held against him, rightly or wrongly. Again, that's a detriment to him, the fact that he set his standards so high that anything less than that will go, is he slipping? Is he not quite on it? Is he not feeling it? These will all be questions that naturally occur as a result of him setting the level so high. But if I pick a group, I'm going to say it's Viz at the top, then Kingslee. Between DoeJoe and Hulk, it's difficult. It depends on how they grade the group, because of course it's points. It's 3. I think it's 3 points for a win, right? It's difficult. If I had to pick one to come dead last, probably DoeJoe, but that's entirely dependent on the individual performances that he brings. And I would love to ask him about it. So hopefully we'll get that opportunity in due course. But yeah, it's a really hard group to predict, all things considered. And yeah, like you all, I'm looking forward to seeing how it unfolds. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that has been the Premier Battles Where Winning Matters Contender Series. We have covered every single battler in every single group for the tournament. And I've hosted interviews. I've done some extracurricular stuff on the side. I do not know what more I can do to ask you to maybe consider getting the Patreon and staying tuned for the tournament when it drops. All that now needs to be said is that we need to wait for the tournament to kick off, for the first battles to take place, to see how it all starts to come together, and hopefully it lives up to the expectations that I admittedly have tried to build. I want this tournament to be a success. I want everyone who's entered in it to be successful, to get something out of it, even if it's just a bar, a moment, a round, a battle, something that elevates their stock they can take, do something with. From Prem's perspective, I hope it is finally that door to monetization that they have been crying out for the longest time. And moreover, for battle rap fans like you and me, I hope this is the next phase that they keep promising. I hope this is that next step from the more tried, trusted, dare I say it, archaic method of just doing the live events, posting them on YouTube and letting them out into the wild, and that's that, to a more deliberate, not corporate, but certainly more professional oriented release schedule, devisement of content, punditry, analysis, tried and trusted methods mixed with contemporary methods to produce something that feels brand new, but with the content that you and I both love. I really hope it is that much of a success. The final thought I have, I hate the logo. I really don't like the logo, lads. I think it's on the... I think it's on it. Yeah, it is. Let me just show you this quickly. Just 1 second. Just want to load this up because I just, again, I'm not above being petty, and so I'm going to be petty. Oh God, why does this fucking? It's an image, lads. Why is it so hard to fucking view? Pain in the fucking ass. There it is. Right. It's low def, so I apologize, but that's the logo. I hate it. I really hate it. I don't like it. I'd say something. I don't want to get fucking... I don't want to be too mean, is I guess what I'm saying. I'm just saying that the B doesn't look like it's giving consent. That's all I'm going to say about that. It looks like the P is like attack hugging the B from behind, and the B is not happy at all about it. If they were trying to make it look like the Premier Battle Shield, but just give it like a more bulky tone, I'd want to see them do something with this to make it look like the PB Shield. But that, it either looks unfinished or it looks highly suspect. I am not... Yeah. Not a fan of the logo, lads. Don't like it. If you can fix that, that'd be great. Got no problems with it being orange and white and grey. That's fine. But yeah, as far as the Premier Battles logo, don't like it. Not a fan of it at all. Just saying. It looks like Tony D is battling and all these. Oh, I see. Yeah, I think they've. It's a YouTube thing. You're probably aware of this, so I'm probably teaching you to suck eggs. They would have had a thumbnail originally. I think they're redoing it for the channel, mate. What channels will sometimes do is they will update the thumbnails for all of their content in order to superficially at least trick you into rewatching it. So I think what they've probably done is they've taken the opportunity to rebrand a lot of the video thumbnails to bring them into the branding style that they're going to be going forward. Again, look, dude. It's a personal choice. A lot of people would probably hate what you're looking at now with the spray paint and the granular stuff. There's probably a ton of people that think, well, that looks garbage. That's fine. I think it looks cool. And it's my channel. I'll fucking make it look how I want. They're the same. They've gone for this sort of weird, minimalistic yet very angular approach. It's fine. It's just I think it looks a bit. It just looks a bit boring. You know what I mean? It looks a bit off key, you know? And that's coming from... Premier Battles have great design work in a lot of their videos. I love the Premier Battles logo as a secondary example. I think changing it from the original Prem, the gorilla head with the crown to that, probably one of their better choices. But, you know, it's their choice, man. I'm not saying they can't do it. I'm just saying I hate it. I really hate it. So, yeah, it probably feels pertinent for me to end a stream largely aimed at trying to promote Premier Battles this tournament with a criticism, because it is me and I have the reputation now of being a negative piece of shit. So what are you going to do? Anyways, that has been the Premier Battles Where Winning Matters Contender Series, Groups A through H. And I had a lot of fun doing them. I appreciate you joining me. There's no vision in the thumbnail. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean, Hylas. Like I said, it's an artistic choice that they're taking, and fair play to them. They can do it if they want. Again, it's up to them, and either people love it or hate it, or it won't make a difference, or it'll make all the difference. We'll have to just wait and see. But as far as this series is concerned, I want to say thank you to everyone that tuned in for any one of these episodes. Thank you so much for doing that. I hope they have and will in the future serve as a primer for the tournament. I know that once the tournament starts, they'll be outdated and be useless, so they won't have much rewatchability. But for the people that tuned in live, and for the few that check this out after the fact, I appreciate you taking the time to watch these streams. I've had fun doing them. I hope they've been fun to watch. I have scheduled a bunch of streams for the future. They will be focused more on individual battle reactions and then career retrospectives, so that I can stick to what I do best, which is researching stuff and then reacting live to things I've never seen before, rather than doing this, which I will fully admit, doing these streams over 3 or 4 hours without battlers coming on and doing the interviews, I'm not sure I'm a fan of. I'm sure you're not too. Having the battlers on makes these streams work, and not having battlers on, I don't like. From my perspective, at least, it's like, come on, you can give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes of your time. Come on, come and talk for prosperity. So the fact that I can't get them on frustrates me, because I feel like it makes for a better show. So I can only apologise for the fact that we end on a show where we didn't get anyone on, especially in something that Hylas alluded to as kind of a group of death. You know, any one of them could win it. In theory, so, you know, whoever wants to stamp their approval on it and claim it as their own is got as good a chance as any of people of winning it. So sorry that we kind of end on a whimper, but I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope if it serves as a primer, great, ace. I will just take this as one last final opportunity, because this is probably the last time that I focus on the tournament, unless there's a reason for me to do other content on it, which, to be honest, I don't think there is. Again, I don't see anyone now approaching me to interview them about the tournament, although I'd love to do that. I just don't see it happening. Once the tournament goes live, I can't talk about the results because I'm not going to know what they are, and I'm not going to be allowed to talk about it. And Prem will most likely have partners that they do content with. So for now, at least, this is the final episode in this series. So thanks very much for joining me if you did. I hope you're keeping well. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. I hope you're looking forward to whatever it is you're looking forward to doing tomorrow. Thank you for joining me, Hylas. Thank you to, I'm going to forget whoever else was. I know Angie was here, Angie and Anki. So thank you all, 3 of you, for joining me this evening, for taking the time to leave a comment. Appreciate you as always. Go support the Premier Battles Patreon and all the battles on it. Go like and subscribe to their channel, all that good jazz. Thanks for joining me this evening. I guess the only thing now to do is to wait and see how the tournament comes about. Let's hope, pray that it's successful and entertaining and all those good jazz, but it remains to be seen. So yeah, I've been your host, Lorne Risley. Thanks for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, all that good jazz. But before you do any of all that, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Halcyon Show. We're done. It's over. And now I am sad.